Here goes
What is
Fam.
up, everyone, and welcome to the Random Encounter Podcast, episode 147. I'm your host, James, and I'm joined by, let's say we got King of the Pirates now. Ash Destroy him.
I wish. It's pretty hard to get up there, especially if you see in the latest chapters.
It's funny you're wearing One Piece because that's also what I'm wearing. I got this
Oh,
Shank,
true.
yeah, I got this Shanks hoodie. And of
Oh,
course we got
decent.
the Dress Rear Master, the dominant Bryant himself.
Live from Pacific Daylight Time, or excuse me, Eastern Daylight Time.
Eastern Daylight Time. You're on
Mhm.
Arcos. On
I am.
Arcos. Nice.
I'm at my mom's house in southern Indiana.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah,
Still far away, but still, you're on our side.
yeah, but I'm feeling the pain of 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
No, nine
Yeah,
twelve. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Not 8 or yeah, not 8 o'clock.
not 8 o'clock. Nope.
And of course, you got that awesome VV shirt.
You bet.
Yeah. And did you say fan was here?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. I
I don't
have it
see
so
him.
that we can't see video. I can't see non-video participants, so that's why I can't see him.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Makes
that's
sense.
it. But yeah, fan.
He's not on the YouTube stream right now.
He is on the chat.
No, he's not. I don't see him on the
Oh, he's
YouTube
not?
stream.
Oh, yeah, because I have it so for non video participants. So once he turns on his camera, he'll show up.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. But of course, we got the fanboy himself, Phaneckswhy here. I'm not sure if he's all set up with a mic or anything like that. But anyways, as always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Follow over on Twitch. And also, if you are a listener on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, don't forget to go ahead and follow the channel as well. We try to do these podcasts every week. Sometimes something occasionally happens like a holiday or something like that. We usually do not do a podcast that we try to, but it's not always the case. So yeah, definitely follow over there as well. And let's just go ahead and get started because today was a big day. A lot of announcements. Some people were happy for it, others were people were like, eh. And there's mixed like feelings on today's announcement. But I'm actually gonna start with something that wasn't at the direct. Shout out to Bryant for putting this in our Discord. That is Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection. It's weird that that was not in the Nintendo Direct. That's something that I felt like would be because I want to say every single Mega Man Legacy Collection was announced at a Nintendo Direct. I could be wrong, but I remember Battle Network being announced, and I think Mega Man X also was announced on a Nintendo Direct. I don't remember. Oh yeah, Mega Man. The first Mega Man Legacy Collection was announced because it was a 3DS game. So that was also announced on a Nintendo Direct. So yeah, this was the first time that a Legacy Collection was not announced on a Nintendo Direct, at least to my knowledge or my remembrance there. But has anybody here played Mega Man Star Force at all?
I have not.
I
No,
never even heard of that one.
no. So it was like Battle Network, but a little bit different. The concept of these games are pretty cool because when you look back at it, especially for the time period they released, you're like, oh wow, we're living almost in that future, minus the having our little net navies go ahead and go into like smart devices and start beating up viruses. But we're kind of at that parallel path because at that time they were saying, oh yeah, your oven is smart, your refrigerator is smart, your AC unit is smart, and you can get a virus that way, so that viruses will get into like thermostat and make everything super cold or super hot or whatever the case might be. So like it was very, I don't want to say ahead of its time, but definitely kind of knew where our future was going, which is kind of cool. But Star Force is a little bit different, where they kind of changed everything, and instead of you being going into like computers and stuff like that, you're in this virtual space. Think of it like augmented reality. So there's still viruses and still everything like that, but instead these viruses now are always living in this virtual reality space. And basically, you kind of do stuff that's similar to Mega Man. The combat was a little bit different where instead of you
Look
having,
turn-based.
say it again.
Is it turn-based? I saw a trailer for it.
Yeah, so it's turn-based. You play Battle Network, right?
Yeah.
So very similar to Battle Network, except that instead of you being able to move, what is like 3 squares forward and like
Hmm.
horizontal and vertically, you just have 3 horizontal squares. So you're moving left and right, and that is it.
Okay.
Then you have cards, which are kind of like your battle chips. They give you the moves. So it's similar, but what I didn't like was it was more, I don't know, not as much movement as Battle Network. And that was my only thing that I I didn't like about Star Force. Other than that, it was a pretty cool game. Like music's great, a lot of cool things going on in it. It's not that bad. I still think the Battle Network games are better, but Star Force is pretty up there. Is anybody here planning on
So
getting? Yeah, go ahead.
I'm pretty sure that with the release of this collection, like the only two, I got no, there's only three games that aren't available in like the main Mega Man lineage. Actually, I guess four. So I would say Mega Man and Base,
That's my favorite.
Mega Man Command Mission,
hmm
Mega Man Powered Up, and Mega Man X, Maverick Hunter X.
Yeah,
PSP.
PSP.
Both those
Yep.
are PSP games. Command Mission was a PlayStation 2 GameCube game, I
Yep.
think, and then Mega Man Base was on Advance, and then it was also in Japan as a was that a PlayStation game in Japan? Or what
Mega
was
Man
it?
Base was a SNES game in Japan, and then
Oh, okay,
it
got
came
it.
over here as GBA.
Right, right. I had that. Okay. So
Yeah,
yeah, am I missing something? Is there? I guess no. I guess the Game Gear game too. There's a Game Gear game that but the Game Gear game was like Mega Man 4 and 5 like jumbled together. I want to
yeah,
say so that's not available. But for all intents and purposes, that's after Star Force comes out. Like that's everything for that
yeah.
for the most part.
I mean, technically speaking, the Legend series, or were you not counting the Legend
Oh yeah,
series
the
as
Legend
the?
series. Yeah, I wasn't counting those, but yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Absolutely, I want those to come out.
Yeah. So I think my video of the missing Mega Man games, Legends, or I'm sorry, not Legends, Star Force was one of that. So that's done. I feel like Capcom has been listening to my demands slowly but surely because, as we'll get into it into the Nintendo Direct, I've complained about not having Resident Evil on the Nintendo Switch 2, and that was announced today. So I think Capcom's hearing me. So I'll continue to ask for more. We'll continue to ask for Mega Man Legends 3 and a Mega Man Legends collection, and hopefully we'll get that there. But yeah, I'm excited. Anybody here planning on getting Star Force besides me?
And me.
I have to look at the gameplay and see if it's worth getting.
hmm I mean, it's hard to
I
say.
don't know. I don't know know nothing about Star Force. I don't know
No.
like what the game looks like. I don't know how it plays. I gotta look at it. Like, let me look at a couple of trailers or two, and now I'll give you my verdict on it if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
No, definitely.
So
That's a fair take. I think it's a fair
yeah,
take.
yeah.
What about are you a fan?
What?
You thinking of getting Star Force?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I never really got into the Battle Network games.
No. You bought it physically too, and you didn't like it.
I did. It's just one of those where I'd like to promote game preservation.
Ah, I gotcha.
Yeah,
That's fair take. Fair take. Something that the Switch 2 kind of is not really doing in a sense.
I mean, I just bought this.
Oh,
What's
nice.
that?
You got the Switch version?
Well, I mean,
Well, I guess there's only a Switch
they only
version. Yeah.
there's only a Switch version.
Yeah.
Wait,
That
what's that game?
Ninja Gaiden
Ninja Gaiden
Ragebound.
Ragebound.
Oh,
It came out today.
Cool.
The
yeah. I posted
physical.
in the chat
Yeah.
about the upgrade
The
to
free
Switch
update.
2, the Switch 2 version. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
there's
good.
a free update for Switch 2 now?
Yeah, I posted in
Yeah.
the Discord.
Oh, I didn't see that. Like I said, my
Oh,
day
that's
was
Yes,
busy
baby.
today.
a huge W. Okay, nice.
Yeah, that's cool. I like seeing that. I gotta see what else.
That's nice.
What
They
other
need to do
updates are
this
on there?
more. They need to put
Oh yeah, that's
more
good.
games. Need to put booklets
I got
in
one.
their games.
I got one for you. Hold up a second. Where is it?
No, I'm just saying games need to do it more frequently.
Oh, I know,
There's
but
too many games nowadays that have basically nothing. On the
dude,
inside,
dude, I miss booklets, man. Like, what happened? Like,
We live in a different time.
Has paper gone too expensive now? Like, come on, man. Like,
We live in a time where less means more, unfortunately. Yep. Sad times. But anyways, you're probably joining this podcast not to really hear us talk about Mega Man, but I do want to talk about that because I did feel that game should have been on the Nintendo Direct. But let's go ahead and start talking about the Nintendo Direct. If you want to follow along with what I'll be reading, I am taking IGN's listing. So they don't have it in the exact order that everything was presented in. Honestly, like if the Direct was on a different day, or if it was at, or rather, if I was able to, I would have actually probably wrote down everything in order and kind of go by there. But unfortunately, I was not able to. Was speaking before the podcast that I had to rewatch some of these videos because I wasn't able to really pay attention to it because I was busy. with work and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyways, I'll be reading this. So starting off with Metroid Prime 4. So we finally know that it is being released December 4th. So that's kind of cool. We got a release date. Honestly, I thought it was actually going to come in around September. This month. I thought it was going to be maybe like at the end of the month, and this was going to be the time they announce it. I for sure knew it was going to be October. We have Pokemon in October. I was like, I don't think October was going to do it. November was a maybe because there's Kirby Air Riders, but I was like, I don't know if they want to go ahead and put that next to Kirby Air Riders because I feel that Metroid Prime 4 will go ahead and like eat Kirby Air Riders alive. Even though they're two different games, I just feel that like a lot of people, if you have to pick and choose, most people are probably going to pick Metroid Prime 4 over Kirby Air Riders. But no, it's December 4th. What do you guys think about it? Because the trailer, they showed off this new bike system, or not system really, but just like the ability to
Reversal.
for traversal. What do you guys think about that?
I literally thought it was an Extreme G game at first. I was like, are they rebooting Extreme G? That old N64
Yep.
game / GameCube, PlayStation. Like, I legitimately thought that, but then I'm like, oh, there's Samus. This isn't Extreme G. But I don't know how I feel about it. Like, if that's the way that you go in between main areas of the game, kind of maybe substituting for the elevator sections in Metroid Prime, might be kind of cool, maybe. But I could also see it getting kind of annoying. But
Hmm.
I don't know. Samus on a Extreme G motorcycle, like I'm kind of down with that. We'll see.
It could be like expanding the world even more, you know, where you still have the elevator for like certain locations on the planet, but
Yeah.
then maybe you get on the bike when you try to go to a different base, like completely
Hmm.
different area, and they
Yeah.
probably have like some mini game or something in between. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Of course. Sorry, I'm trying to show the subject in the what I'm showing up to you guys, but my scenes are all messed up again. I had to do a driver update, and then of course this happens. Yeah, I don't
I
know. Like
mean,
I'm.
it
Yeah, go
could
ahead.
even be like the bike is just a stage, you know,
Hmm.
like maybe that desert scene is like just one area, and you don't use it, in a lot of other places other than that one area, and maybe getting into like another base, and that's about it. You never know.
Yeah. I mean, I would honestly prefer that over actually it being throughout the whole game. Like I don't know. I'm at this point where just announcements, or not announcements, but like open world games. I I don't really. I don't want more open world games. I mean,
Well,
there's a
Metroid's kind of open world in itself, like kind of like in the year of 2025. I mean, it's kind of like the foundation of open world games in a way.
true, like the Metroidvania game is definitely, I think, the foundation of exploration games.
Right.
It definitely pioneered that, the ability to be able to go ahead and just explore. I don't know of any game that really had me exploring like Metroid, Prime or not Metroid Prime, but like Super Metroid did, because Super Metroid was my first uh, intro into like the franchise, and
Mine too.
then came everything else. So like that was definitely like the first time that I was able to go ahead and like dabble into it. And I was like, okay, like this is unique. Like I never thought you can do this in a game. Of course, I played like Zelda, Link to the Past, but while you can explore, and you could also argue that that pioneered open world mechanics, it really wasn't the same because you were really going. It was still to an extent level based, right? You go do a dungeon, beat it, move on to the next dungeon, beat it, move on to the next. Where Super Metroid, you were like, okay, guess what? You thought you were done with this area, but no, you got to go back and you have to go ahead and now do something else in this area, and then you got to do something else in this area. Like I did really like that, and to see them embracing that, and I do think while I don't like it, it is kind of the future where I think everything's going. Like I wouldn't be surprised if whatever new Mario game comes out, it's going to be open world as well. What we saw in with Bowser's Fury, I wouldn't be surprised if that's just where they're heading at with a lot of these games. So Metroid being the way it is, Metroid Prime having elements of open world in there, I think kind of makes sense.
I will
Ash.
say I don't
Mhm.
want to see any more of this game. Like I'm so done seeing anything. Like
Yeah.
what it's coming out in 3 months. Actually less than 3 months technically.
Mhm.
That's the whole point of Metroid is to be surprised and to find out new things, explore
Yeah.
areas, and they've shown so much. Okay, you gave us the release date. Now shut up for 3 months. Like let us just have the game. And also too, this direct really solidified. I think that if you're not going to bring out Metroid Prime 2 and 3 in this direct, I don't know when you're going to be bringing those out if they're ever coming out. So that makes
Yeah.
me a little worried about those games' futures.
And I wonder if that's why
Extremely
it's
worried.
the release date is so far back.
You think they might plug them in between now and then, maybe?
I'm hoping,
I
Yeah.
like,
I
because
don't.
if the game's
Mm,
already done, technically they could have released it by
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
There's no rhyme or reason why it should be December, other than maybe they're gonna shadow
Spacing out
drop
releases.
Prime 2. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
but
spacing out
like,
releases is like meh.
but when they like release, when they announce Metro Prime 2 and 3 already at this point,
You'd think
like,
that's what I was saying.
Hey man,
because
Metro
like,
Prime Remaster was shadow dropped.
That was shadow dropped, yeah.
Remember,
But
Yeah.
during a
remember, it was
direct, like we're
shadow
not getting
dropped.
any more directs. We're not gonna get any more
Yeah,
directs this year.
yeah,
and
we ain't getting
I know,
no more
but
directs at this point. So
there may, but it still could be a shadow drop. They could
Yeah,
still
maybe.
just do it. They
Like a
could just do an
random
announcement
tweet.
like, "Hey, we're
Yeah.
gonna shadow drop Prime 2 and 3 coming
I
out in
mean,
October."
I guess they can do that. I mean, I don't know. Like,
Nintendo's
I
done
mean,
stuff like that before, so
it's
it's
Nintendo.
not, you
Yeah, I
know.
mean, Nintendo wants to do Nintendo things, sure, but like, it's just leaving 2 and 3 out. It's gonna like confuse certain people when playing Metro
Mhm.
Prime 4. You're right, and I just
All right.
hope they release those two. Like, that's the main objective. Is they need to say something or do a shadow drop or announce something so that way people don't have to go back, go on their Wii U to either play the trilogy or emulator or so on and so forth. I mean, or like pirate or something like that. Like, if you want, if Nintendo wants more money, then like, re-release them so people can buy it. That's all
What
I'm saying.
if
For love of God, don't put Metroid Prime 2 on GameCube
so
classics, please.
what if Metro Prime 4 is not a sequel to Metro Prime 2 or 3? What if it takes place before those games?
That'd
Like a
be
prequel?
ridiculous.
Like a
Because Prime's already a prequel.
it is, yeah, but what if this is a sequel to, because if I remember the Metroid timeline, if any one of you guys want to bring that up, I think it's Prime Hunters and then Metroid Prime 2. So this could be a sequel to Prime Hunters, which also wouldn't make sense because that is a DS game, and if it is a sequel to Prime Hunters, and it's like there's a lot of lore you're missing out on there. But we have what's his name there? I forgot his name. That's in that game, and the only other time you really see him is in Prime
Oh,
Hunters.
Adam?
No, not Adam. Adam
Oh,
wasn't in this. It's the blue guy they show us. Is it like Silex, right? I think his name. I forgot what his
don't
name.
remember.
Yeah, I forgot what his name is. It's like Silex or something like that. Yeah, Silex. This is right there. Yeah, who was in Metro Prime
Okay.
Hunters?
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm excited though. December 4th, finally a release date. That's got me very excited to finally play Metroid Prime 4, which is something that we've all been asking for. I'm glad
Yep.
they finalized it saying it's this year. We don't have to wait till 2026 like the majority of these
Took
games they showed.
11 years. 11 years. Didn't it get announced in 14?
No, it got announced. No, it would have been like when like I think the first year the Switch came out, because it was in a Nintendo Direct when the Switch
I'm
came
gonna
out.
look it up.
So that would have been like 8 years. I want to say that. Yeah, look it up. Double check them and fact check us. Yeah, why you?
It was announced.
Mhm.
Okay, so not quite. June 13th, 2017.
June
So
13th.
still, yeah, that's a long time, man.
Yep.
That's over 8 years. Like, wow.
Well, this next game is got me super hyped. I am super excited for this. Some people are not, and some people are, not excited, but I am hyped. And that is Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. Weird name, But there's got to be a meaning behind it because usually when a Fire Emblem game is titled, there's a reason behind that. So it might have to do with fortune and weaving. Maybe there's a weaving element to this. I don't know. But looks really cool. Trailer was like right away I was hooked. You have like Alucard. They just showed Alucard there, right? No, that's not Alucard, but he looks a
I was
lot
gonna
like
say.
Alucard. Like when I saw him, I was like, yeah, that's Alucard. You can't tell me he's not inspired by Alucard. I'm just saying. Like, wait, he's gonna show up right now. You let me know if he looks like Alucard, because I think he looks like Alucard almost like all the way in his
That guy?
demeanor. No, not him. No, he
Okay, I
looks.
was
Yeah,
like,
with the
that guy
white
doesn't
hair
look
and
like
the
him.
red sword.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
missed
does
it.
look like Alucard.
He'll be right now showing up in a bit. This guy.
That dude. Oh yeah, he totally looks like Alucard. Yeah,
I was
absolutely.
like, that's definitely Alucard.
That's cool though. I like.
Yeah, me too. And then you'll see like when he goes ahead and fights, he has his like demeanor of like Alucard, which is funny.
Does he have a
Is
sword
the
that fights it with itself, like where it like goes through the air and
Not that we
fights
know of.
is
crap?
the setting
Okay.
like new? Because typically isn't Fire Emblem more like Western European military type style, right? With knights and like
This looks like Rome or something.
Not
yeah,
not,
that's what I'm
not
saying. Well, not like
necessarily.
Rome, but I
Um,
mean, you see a Colosseum, you see a lot of I see desert,
yeah.
like you see chariots.
So this one here, it's some people are speculating that it's a sequel to Three Houses. I think it's a prequel to Three Houses.
Because
Yeah,
it looks more
Yeah.
ancient,
There's
you know, like
Alucard.
more like
Yep.
civilization type.
Oh, that
Right?
portrait looks exactly like Alucard.
Exactly.
I don't
Yeah.
know. It's weird though because they're showing Sothis a lot older. That's the problem.
Yes. Well, but I'll
It-
yeah, go ahead, Ash.
like yeah, it's just unless that particular figure is not Sothis, could be Sothis' mom. I forgot the whole lore about Sothis.
But Solthis
but,
is
like-
the mom. Remember,
True.
Solthis is
Yeah.
I forgot what the queen's name is, the one from the Garrick Monastery. That's her mom. But I think she was
Oh,
because she was
yeah,
drained of
yeah.
her power.
Are
That's
you
why
talking
she
about
appeared as a
Flayn?
little kid.
Flayn or Flan?
No, not
Flayn? Are you
Flame.
talking
No,
about-
well, that would be technically be her mom too.
No. You're talking about that one lady, right?
Yeah.
That in one of the endings she turned into something big. You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah, she turns into like a dragon. She's like the
I
leader of
did-
the monastery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I didn't want to spoil too much if Fan or Brian haven't.
I'll
played
get there
before.
eventually, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll probably never play Fire Emblem games.
Fire Emblem.
Just let you get dang. It's
Well-
not my cup of tea.
Three Houses has some good lore, but like the person we're talking to is at the end of this trailer, they show somebody and she's like sitting on a throne. There goes Alucard. Like I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to call him Alucard because he looks
Yeah.
exactly like Alucard.
His name isn't Dietrich, it's Alucard.
Yeah, exactly. But right away, right away, it was giving me Three Houses vibes. Mainly like the main character was giving me some Claude vibes, and I think he's voiced by Zeno Robinson. This guy, or
Yes,
this girl.
yeah.
I'm sorry. This is definitely Solstice, same voice actress doing the voice,
Yeah, definitely. Mhm.
but she looks more adult. Where in
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
here's my thing. The name of the title, Fortune's Weave, right? So what if there's time elements?
I mean,
Because tapestry is weaving, right?
Yeah.
Typically, when you do a tapestry, you're weaving.
yeah,
Fortune, you could be another thing as fate. Fates weave.
yeah.
So maybe there is like this is some time elements because isn't there a Fire Emblem games where there's multiple characters from multiple series all in one game?
Isn't it Engage?
Engage,
Engage.
yeah, but they're from a different. They're calling upon these emblems,
Yeah.
which live in the ring. So they're basically, I don't know what you want to say, like spirits, I guess. And then they have these past lives, but now they live inside the ring. So
Oh,
not so much
it's not
time
like,
traveling,
like Fate Stay with
They're like
heroes.
Pokemon.
kind of like that, yeah. Yeah, literally like Pokemon too, but it's more like Face Say. Yeah, they live inside the rings and stuff like that. But there are time elements
Pokemon live in the
to this
Pokeballs.
game because in Three Houses, Byleth is able to kind of predict the future, but you can also rewind time. So he can't predict the future. He can rewind time. So if he messes up, he can rewind time and kind of go there. Or I think I messed up. The game mechanics is rewinding time, but the thought process as he predicted the future, so he's able to stop something bad. And then
Oh,
the game
okay,
in the game
okay.
mechanic is like if you mess up a turn, you rewind time, and then you could redo that turn. If that makes sense.
The reason why he's able to rewind time is mainly because of Sothis. I think
Correct.
back in the game, I think him and Sothis shared essentially the same vessel, and with that he's able to rewind time because of Sothis. He does
Mhm.
have a limitation on using rewind time, and
Correct.
that's stated they will literally give that to you in each stage you play and stuff. They'll say, hey, you have these many times you can rewind time or something like that, you know.
Mhm.
So but yeah, it is OP, but he can't just go all the way back in like the back in the prehistoric ages. He only can go back maybe like an hour or 2 hours behind or something like that, or something.
Mhm.
Depending how you want to look at time within the tactical RPG or something. So
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
has that character Sophis? I'm just looking it up here, and
Yeah.
I guess they've shown her as an adult in Three Houses before, in like I guess cutscenes.
I don't maybe in the DLC. I never played the DLC, but I don't
Okay,
think I've seen
'cause
I
that's what I'm reading here.
Hmm.
Like there's cutscenes or flashbacks in Three Houses where she's an older woman.
Yeah. So, and that's
So
why I think this is a prequel too, because the other shot you get here, like right here behind, is the Garruk Monastery. And in Three Houses, it's all like empty there. But like I'm trying to remember, because part of it's all trees. So that's another thing. Like this could be after, because it's all filled with trees, but here you have rocks and ruins. I don't know. Like it can go either way. I don't know, because what we know is Solstice is I think she's a goddess, and if I remember correctly,
Yeah.
she's a goddess, and she's like I don't want to give a time frame, but she's like hundreds of years old, so she's lived
Yes.
far beyond. And when you look at these characters, like her, she looks like she's part of a dragon, and we know Solstice's race, they're dragons. So like the Garruk Monastery people, they're all dragons, and the lore behind this is spoilers for anybody who cares about Three Houses or might
You
not
do.
care.
Don't
You do?
say it.
Okay,
I care. Yeah.
so I don't want to spoil that there. But like
Okay.
there's like a connection here between what you're seeing here. So I think it's a prequel, not a sequel. That's just my 2 cents, judging by like what I'm seeing here. Because she looks like more like I don't know. Like, well, I guess she's not a dragon, because that looks like that's a head guard. And you got
like a
Alucard,
headpiece.
who came from like
There,
Castlevania.
there's some interesting design choices they went with this. So, for example, Alucard. I'm going along with the joke, but Alucard, his armor design reminds me of that one dude from
Of
Fire
Alucard.
Emblem Fates.
From Fates,
Um,
or Corrin.
I forgot his name. No, not Corin. He was from the
Oh,
Noor side,
Leon.
Noor family.
Yeah, Leon, the one
Yes.
that rides a horse. Yeah.
Yeah. It remind me a bit of that and stuff. But other than that, I feel like most of these
Oh,
other designs are
this
really unique.
guy. This guy can't be. This guy is from Three Houses. You beat Three
What?
Houses, right?
Alucard is?
No, not Alucard. But Ash, you beat Three Houses, right?
Yes.
Okay. This guy they're gonna show. I'm gonna try to pause it. I believe he's
Okay.
from Three Houses, because I think he's the like not the he's the final boss through Cloud's Raw. And they show him in the beginning, like in the first cutscene. That's him too. Let me see. Should be coming up in a minute. No, not this guy. That guy. Isn't that the same guy? You know who I'm talking about?
Oh, actually, now I think back, I think I never did Claude Dra. I did all the 3 other routes, except for Claude's. Funny enough.
He's because
Yeah.
he looks like he's the guy that like killed all the dragons. I forgot what his name is.
Oh wow. Okay. Damn.
And this guy's Alucard. I'm sorry.
Now,
you keep looking at him like
notice too, like, because I'm trying to remember like my recollection with Three Houses, and I'm looking at this.
Mhm.
You can definitely tell that the animation quality went up drastically.
Yes.
And it's funny too, because when I talk about this game with friends, they never talk about that. But I'm like, man, this is really jarring. Kind of reminds me of the Berserk anime with all this. It was God, Jesus. But now they definitely drastically improve the animation 1,000,000%. Now the thing is with this, I'm really happy when they were getting a brand new Fire Emblem, but I was kind of more looking forward to getting like a remake or remaster of one of the more older Fire Emblem titles, because I just wanted them to take a crack at least remaking an older Fire Emblem title again. Because why not? You know, like I think I would have been more happy if they did a remake for Roy's Fire Emblem, because we still technically don't have a US release for that. And many people know Roy from Smash Brothers. And it's time to, separate him from Smash Brothers and make him his own thing in Fire Emblem,
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I love it. It's great. It's amazing. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm all for it. I love Three Houses. Funny enough, I have not played Engage yet. I'm pretty sure that game is gonna be a lot more shorter than Three Houses, thank God, because there's not gonna be freaking multiple endings like Three Houses. So but yeah, like, pretty sure this game is gonna be a huge banger. Zeno Robinson, the main character, he did a fantastic job, and I'm noticing that, like,
did he announce that he is the main character? Because I'm just guessing, because it sounds exactly like him.
But I know his voice at this point in time, because this dude's been voicing some big characters. So, for example, back in Reloaded, he voiced as Junpei Iori for Reloaded and stuff. And then in anime works, he voiced as that one, the main protection for that one boy from Dandadan. I forgot his name already.
No, he doesn't voice him.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't want the boy from Dandadan, like the main guy.
The glasses.
No, that's not him.
You sure?
Yeah, it's a
Google
different
time.
guy. Yeah.
Oh, is it AJ? Is it AJ?
I don't remember the guy's name, but I know it's somebody else. That I know for sure.
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
It's either Zeno or AJ Buckles. It's one of those two.
Yeah, I don't.
The main guy.
Yeah,
for
AJ Beckles.
I knew it.
Room.
My bad. Yeah, I conflated the two. Yeah, I know it was one of. Okay, so let's get Zeno Robinson out of Dandadan stuff. But he also did another role that's like upcoming new anime hot right now. I think it's called Gachakuda. It's it has a really it's pretty much another shonen that has a really unique art style that looks really close to similar to Danganronpa, and one of those characters definitely extremely black oriented, and Zeno Robinson is one who's voicing that character, and he really brings like the old literal shine out of it. So this dude is pretty much like popping up everywhere and stuff when it comes to like getting new roles and stuff, right? And hearing Zeno Robinson through that, I'm pretty sure that's him. I'm pretty positive.
Yeah,
I can't give you confirmation if he announced it or not, but it's just, for me, I know certain voices and tones and how they speak, and that right there, that has to be Zeno.
Yeah. No, I agree. I said that earlier, that I think that's him. It does sound like him. Like I mentioned earlier, because I didn't have a lot of time when they announced this. I was in the middle of work, and I was like, "Great, I don't get to see it live." But right when I saw that Coliseum piece, I was like, "Yeah, this is Fire Emblem. I know that's Fire Emblem." And the music, once that kicked in, oof, love that music that they show. But then when I rewatched it right away, I was like, "Okay, it's Fire Emblem." It was like, and I knew it was giving me Three Houses vibes. Because in the back, like I said, you can see parts of Garag Monastery, and then of course at the end you get Saltis, or you see Saltis. I'm like, yeah. But when I heard his voice, I'm like, yeah, it's got to be Zeno Robinson. It sounds a lot like him. Him. I mainly know him from Junpei's voice, but I know he's voiced like other like big characters out there. Like if you just type his name, and you'll probably see a huge list of characters, because he is pretty known, especially in the anime world. But yeah, Fire Emblem. Sad part about it, 2026, so we do gotta wait another year for another Fire Emblem. I know a lot of people are Fire Emblem fatigued, and they feel like there's a Fire Emblem game every other year. It's only been
Let me
2
speak
years?
on that, please.
Yeah, go
Let me
ahead.
speak on that. So here's the thing. I was recently sniffing around to you about what kind of Fire Emblem, or what Fire Emblem game I should play. And I mean, like, I respect it as a very important franchise for Nintendo, and I like the art style. Um, I do like some tactical games, like excuse me, like the what do you
Final
call
Fantasy
it?
Tactics?
Final Fantasy Tactics, the Rabbids games,
Oh,
Sparks of
Mario plus
Hope and
Rabbids. Yep.
Kingdom Battle. Yeah, I love those games. Those are probably my favorite. So I do like some tactics games, and I do respect how fleshed out these are, and the stories seem cool, and the art and high production values, all the rest. But I got into an argument with a good friend of mine today because he's a huge Fire Emblem stan, and he was getting angry at me because I was kind of rolling my eyes at another Fire Emblem game, and because we were like live texting the direct together this morning, and he said that if anything, he thinks Fire Emblem is underrepresented. And he kind of explained to me like, 3 games in 10 years or whatever. And I'm like, well, here's the thing about that. If we're going back to 2015, which is what I'm going to choose to go back to because it's 10 years ago. And I know this is coming out in 2026, but we'll just say this is another, we'll just count the announcements. In 2015, you had Engage, Birthright, and Conquest. Um, and now, granted, that's all one game as part of Fates.
Yeah.
So you can kind of count it as one game, but it's kind of 2.5, I guess, because I think the last Revelation, I think wasn't it?
Yeah.
Fate, it was Conquest.
Birthright.
What was it?
Yeah, Birthright,
Birthright,
Conquest, and then
and
Revelation. Yeah,
and Revelation was DLC.
correct.
So you have that in 2015, and then in and I don't, these might be out of order, but I know you'll be able to correct me. Then you had the Shadows of Valentia, which I know was a remake, but even
Yep.
still, it was another Fire Emblem game. I think that was 17, I want to say, or something like that. And then eventually, and then you had that Fire Emblem Warriors game, the first one, and then you had Three Houses, and then you had the second Fire Emblem Warriors game,
Yeah.
and then you had Engage, and then you have this one coming out in 2026, and then you kind of have a somewhat game in the mobile game that's been out for a long time.
Yeah,
So we'll
Heroes.
say 6.25 Fire Emblem games in 10 years. I want you to name me another Nintendo franchise that's had 10, and I guess you could say like the Warriors games are kind of side, but I'm not. Like those are Fire Emblem games. They're in the Warriors engine, but they're Fire Emblem games.
Yeah.
What's another Nintendo franchise that's had 6.25 games in 10 years? Like, I'm trying to think of another one. Like,
Zelda.
somebody tell me. Zelda?
Yeah, Echoes of Wisdom.
Yeah,
Link's
Tears of the
Awakening.
Kingdom.
Skyward
Kirby.
Sword
Well, no,
HD.
Hey, there's Zelda titles.
Bre-
There's
Breath
Zelda
of the
titles.
Wild,
If you're gonna
yeah.
count, if you're gonna count the Warrior Mushu styles as Fire Emblem,
Yep.
you got to count all the other.
Okay,
two.
all right,
You can't-
fair.
Yeah.
fair.
Because that's like
Okay.
7
Okay,
games. Because
fair.
then you get Breath of the Wild, right? So let's do Zelda real quick. Echoes of Wisdom.
Okay.
Link's Awakening.
What came out in 15? Or what started in 15? Okay, so Breath of the Wild came out in
Breath of the Wild.
17. So what came out before Breath of the Wild? So
There was, I mean, before that
was
would have been
nothing.
Skyward Sword.
Wasn't it?
Yeah,
wasn't Skyward Sword 11? 2011?
yeah. But you were saying what came out like before? So like Skyward Sword, I think. I mean, well,
Yeah, so
if we
we're not
count
counting
Ocarina
that.
of Time and Majora's Mask, like I think Majora's Mask was 2015, maybe. Can somebody
Was
do
it?
a double
I'll
check
Google
on
that
that?
real quick. Yeah, hang on.
On the 3DS.
Yeah.
Majora's Mask.
Mm-hmm.
Mask 3D release date. February 13th, 2015. So that's
Yep.
that's the very first one. Is that
So
one? So
Majora's Mask,
Majora's Mask,
Breath of the Wild, Link's Awakening. Or if we could count Hyrule Warriors too, because the
Hyrule
first
Warriors,
Hyrule
that's fair.
Warriors.
Yep, and the second one.
And then you had the second one, right? And then
You
so
got Calamity.
Hyrule Warriors,
Yeah.
Warriors, Age of Calamity,
Yep,
that's
that's
Breath of the
4.
Wild,
And you got Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom,
5.
Echoes of Wisdom. Did I say Echoes of Wisdom? I
Yep.
gotta start all over. I forgot what I was saying now.
Okay, Majora's Mask.
Skyward Sword
Breath of the
HD.
Yep. So that's
so-
6. That's 7, I think. 6 or 7.
Yeah, so I think there's like 7 total when you count the Hyrule
Okay.
Warriors game.
All right, so fair. Okay, so are we really saying that like Fire Emblem? Here's the thing. This is what I want to say. Like Fire Emblem deserves to have representation, absolutely, but I just don't think it's necessarily to the level of Zelda, like that level. Like Zelda is top tier along with Mario,
Yeah.
and I don't know if Fire Emblem is deserved to have that many resources put on it to make all these games, because I just feel like I can count so many times where I've watched a direct and and I'm like, oh, what's the last announcement is gonna be? Oh, it's a Warriors or it's a Fire Emblem game. Like, oh, great.
So can I counter argue that?
Sure.
To an extent. So like
I want to argue too.
yeah,
This is-
so
Oh, boy.
my kind of argument, or it's not even an argument, it's like a different perspective at looking at it. Like I get it, right? I do definitely get what you're saying. Where it seems like Fire Emblem's always there, especially with Smash, right? It was like every other announcement was
Yeah.
a Fire Emblem character. So like, I definitely get what you're saying 100%. Oh, we also got to count the. If you count it, did you count both Fire Emblem Warriors games? The Three Hopes
did.
and
Yeah, he
okay,
did. He
okay,
did.
gotcha. Like in my perspective, right? When I really look at it, yes, we had 5 Fire Emblem games, and I'm not gonna include the Warriors for this argument's sake. We had let's say 3 Fire Emblem games in a span of what you said, 10
And
years,
it's
right?
Switch's life.
But how many like tactical RPGs have we had, right? And in my brain, I'm like, every time I want a tactical RPG, Final Fantasy Tactics has been nowhere to been found. There's really no other one. I guess there's Disgaea, but I'm not a fan of Disgaea. Like I've tried to get into it and I couldn't. But outside of that, there's really
There's
been nothing.
and then Armor Mish.
Front Mission, you're thinking of?
Yeah, Front
Yeah,
Mission.
which
or
started
what
coming
was-
back recently, right?
Yeah.
Which was
And then
which was
Rabbids, XCOM, Rabbids.
Yeah, Rabbids is a little bit different. Like it is like tactical RPG, but it's a different perspective. That one I see more like Valkyria Chronicles. That's like that. It's still tactical, but it's a different perspective. Where this is more
Okay.
like chess, where you're moving things on a board. That's the way I look at it. So I'm actually happy, outside of being a huge fan of Fire Emblem, I'm happy that we continue to get these games. It's kind of like Resident Evil. For a while, it was really the only thing you can get that's close to horror because Dead Space was absent. So it's like, oh, cool, another Resident Evil. I'll definitely take that. But now we're starting to get, Silent Hill back. We got that Chronos game that came out, and of course we still got Resident Evil. So it's nice to see that we're getting these survival horror games kind of coming back. Is that?
But here's what I say though
God,
to
what
that.
was that?
Hang
What
on.
was that tactics game with the freaking tanks in the like
Advance Wars?
cartoony?
Advanced Wars? Oh
Advance
yeah,
Wars, yeah.
yeah. That
But
was
here's what I have to
alright.
say to that though. How many years was it between 6 and 7?
6 and 7. What? Like
Resident Evil. Sorry,
Resident
Resident
Evil?
Evil.
Oh yeah, because they had to reboot it because everybody hated
Exactly.
6.
So what I'm saying is maybe Fire Emblem after this game, maybe it should go away for a little bit
Yeah.
and like come back. Maybe this should be it for a minute.
But now,
like,
but now
come
that they got
back.
the formula in 7, it's like every other, like every 2 to 3 years, we're getting a Resident Evil game. Because if we
Yeah,
do,
and that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah,
I just wish they'd either come back to come back to things that haven't seen a lot of love, or I don't know, just devote the resources elsewhere at some
yeah.
point.
Well, I
don't
mean,
know.
because it's intelligent systems, and that's really like their bread and butter outside of Paper Mario. Because it's intelligent systems only does Fire Emblem and Paper Mario, and they did Advance Wars as well, but it didn't really sell too hot. With that, not only that, like I played Advance Wars and I was just like, it's all right. It's not the same. It's not Fire Emblem.
It's
Okay, so
it's not good.
besides Zelda, there really isn't another Nintendo franchise that's gotten as much love as Fire Emblem, really.
I'm pretty sure Kirby has.
No.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe.
There's probably like 3 Kirby
Pretty close.
games in the last. Well, no, because they would have had
I'd have
Planet
to look.
Robobot. Probably was around that
Yeah,
time.
there was there was the Return to Dreamland on Switch. There was the
true.
other
There's
2D one
those-
on Switch.
There's also those smaller titles like the Clash something. It's like a
Yeah.
Smash Bros type style game where you're fighting bosses.
Yeah, but aren't
Yeah.
those like mini games inside of the
I
games or
guess
something
they're
like
still
that?
a
I don't
game.
know, but
I mean,
guess.
it's still Kirby games,
Yeah.
So.
all right, let's move on to the next topic.
Yeah,
We
let's
got- we
move
got so
on.
much we
Yeah,
gotta cover.
enough
Yeah.
fire. Ash, do you want to
Yeah.
give your quick take real
Yeah,
quick?
go ahead, Ash. Yeah, if you
Yeah,
wanted to hit me.
There's one thing you have to remember is that, like, before Awakening, we didn't have another Fire Emblem game for 5 years, and most of
That's
us
fair.
thought it was dead.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Awakening literally brought it back, and
Yeah.
It
ever
was an
since
awakening.
then,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was an awakening.
it literally awoken straight up. So
And they didn't have
when
feet.
Yeah, it literally
Yep.
didn't have feet. Didn't have feet, but it still worked. And from that point, they were essentially using that reference to further make other Fire Emblem games and trying to see what sticks and what not stick. Good example is Fates. It was horrible, but that's when
It was horrible?
Reactions came out.
I wouldn't say
Fire Emblem Fates.
horrible, but it wasn't as good. No, let me
Okay.
rephrase that. So Fates is kind of like one of those weird things because some of the maps in Conquest are amazing, and then Birthright was
Yeah.
kind of boring because some of the maps are
I can
just
tell you
very
gameplay
generic.
was still fun. Still fun, but when it comes to like the characters and story, it just didn't. It wasn't great. It wasn't
Yeah.
good. So I can at least give Fates that much is that was still good. It's still good when it comes to like gameplay and stuff. But everything else, it just fell apart and everything. But that's where Three Houses came in and essentially improve upon that formula, and they ran with that. And on top of that, they also have a game called Fire Emblem Heroes. They're constantly grabbing data from that game from, I don't know how many players that they got now, but they never shut down the service. So apparently it's still making
That's
Nintendo money at this point. And it could have probably stemmed based off of that mobile game to begin with, which is why we got the games that we have now, right? I would say that I don't really think there's a Fire Emblem fatigue for this, because like they're right now still trying to figure out on what is a good formula for Fire Emblem still. They're still trying to figure out their way with it, and trying to experiment Fire Emblem in different genres, like the Fire Emblem Warrior stuff. Now, I don't know. I think Fire Emblem Warriors is doing okay. I don't think a lot of people are really subscribing to that kind of thing, honestly.
Three Hopes, from what I played of the demo, I thought was fun, and then the original Warriors is decent because it's still a Warriors game. It's a Musou game.
Yeah.
But like what the twist they have is, since it's Fire Emblem, you can go into the tactical menu, which they call it, where you move your characters and you tell them where to go. But then you're just experiencing the battles in real time. That's really the only difference. But like Three Hopes was a little bit better overall, in my opinion.
Yeah. So, but the to your point, Brian, by the end of it and stuff, like when they have to go back and like give other games more shine, I understand that sentiment, but back then Fire Emblem didn't have that spotlight at all.
That's fair, but now it does. So maybe
yeah.
And now everybody's tired of it.
well, we gotta go back and see.
Non-Fire Emblem fans are tired of it, I'll say.
Yeah, like you gotta play a Fire Emblem game, bro. Like start with Engage. Start with that game.
Yeah, that's what James told me. I think
that's literally that's probably the shortest game out of all the other Fire Emblem games you can possibly play.
Yeah.
Or if anything, isn't Sacred Stones on the Game Boy Classic or something?
Yeah, but like Engage has a lot of cool things. Like with Sacred Stones, you can
quality of life improvements too.
Being able to turn back time, I think, is huge. Like I like to play in Classic, so that if your unit dies, then they're dead for the rest of the game. Like I love that.
Might be too hardcore for me.
I mean, that's what made Fire Emblem like amazing, and I think that was part of it, right? Awakening gave you that option, so that your unit dies, they're only dead for that map, and they come back later on, which is what got a lot more people in there. But you can do Classic now, but you have the rewind mechanics, so you can turn back. Like if you make a mistake, somebody dies, you can just rewind time and then go before that, or go a few turns before that, and change your moves, which I like. I recommend trying Classic, but if you feel like it's too hard, then you can do whatever they call the non-classic version. I don't know what it is.
Noted.
Yeah. Cool. Let's move on from Fire Emblem. I know I'm excited for it, but 2026. Can't wait. I'm super excited. Donkey Kong Bonanza, DK Island, and Emerald Rush DLC.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm getting that.
I'm good too, honestly.
That's cool.
I don't think. I mean, honestly, I wasn't even expecting DLC for this. Like, no, that's weird.
This soon?
To me, it was weird.
Especially so soon. The game just came out a couple months ago.
Exactly. And then it's cool that you're in Donkey Kong Country, right? Or Island, whatever you want to call it. I think that's kind of cool, but outside of that, I'm just like, not my cup of tea.
I'm kind of calling this nostalgia DLC. I think
that they're banking on that, because when I saw that, I would love to explore the island in 3D like this, but then at the same time, I'm like, you're not gonna get me this time, Nintendo. You get me all the time.
I bought it just for completion's sake. Like I want to have like the complete experience, you know, but at the same time, it's like this DLC was absolutely done when the game came out. Like absolutely. And they were like, you know what, let's hold this back and get an extra $20 off people. Like that's exactly what it is. I think it's kind of cynical. If this was $20, yeah. So I bought it already, but whatever.
I want somebody here to keep track of how many times I say DLC. Because
they said pay. No, not DLC. They said paid DLC. They want to make sure. They want to make sure that you're paying for this.
So keep track of how many times I say DLC, and then if you can also keep track of how many times I mention a game that's not referenced as, let's just say a new game for Switch 2. So it could be, for like we'll talk about Resident Evil later on, but like for example, that's announced brand new for Switch 2. So also put that in a category of new game, if that makes sense.
Put to you this way: if we had a drinking game, we'd take a shot for every new original Nintendo Switch 2 game. We'd be very sober tonight.
Yes. Well, original Switch 2 game. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, Yoshi. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. Pokemon Pokopia, which is basically like a I don't know, like Dragon Quest Builder / like Animal Crossing
So it's like a
/
farming
like
similars.
yeah, it's a farming sim. I don't know, not my cup of tea, but I'm sure there's people out there that are super excited to try it out. Anybody here excited for that?
I forgot about it. So
We'll move on then, because everybody here doesn't know. That's also coming in 2026, by the way. In the Donkey Kong DLC, did that come out today?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, so that
Oh.
was dropped today. Okay, I'm trying to see
I
that.
also heard they also drop a demo for it, which they should have dropped the demo before the game came out.
Oh yeah, they did. They also dropped the demo today too. That is correct.
Yeah, it's that was so weird, but I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, Pokemon Pokopia, an original Nintendo game, is in 2026. Another original Nintendo game, not really. Super Mario Galaxy plus Super Mario Galaxy 2 are getting bundled and coming out October 2nd. So my thing on this is the price point. I am not a fan of the price point. It does feel like Nintendo being greedy at this point there. And there's people like us who all have the All-Star 3D All-Star collection. Why do we have to pay $40 for Galaxy 2? Like that is I don't know. Part of me wants to get the physical copy, of course, so I can have both Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2, for preservation sakes, but that's like $70, right? Or is it
I think
$60?
so.
Yeah.
It's $70, I think, for both of them.
Yeah, it's like $70 for these two games.
35 a pop.
It's cool that Bryant mentioned that there will be 4K updates, which I think is pretty neat. And like I personally never played Galaxy 2. So this will be my first time playing Galaxy 2. So I do want it, but like $70, especially on October 2nd. Like
I have a couple takes on this. So when I first saw this whole thing with Galaxy 1 2 being bundled, I was scratching my head a lot at this, mainly because I thought, okay, I don't know how they were doing when it comes to the roadmaps and stuff, because if they knew that they're gonna like, because the whole Galaxy thing, they're trying to like further promote the new Super Mario Galaxy movie next year, which they already have a date for it at this point. So at this point, they're probably literally almost done with the movie by now. At this point, so
yeah, it's probably already just in this editing phase.
In his editing phase and stuff. So I'm just wondering on like if this was truly planned or they never thought this through like ahead of time, right? Because if it were true, I would have wished for them to just only include just Mario 64, Mario and Sunshine, and honestly that's probably it at that point, right? Because it would make more sense that way. And then later on, that's when you will release the Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 bundle and everything to further promote the movie and stuff.
The omission of 2 was so blatant.
It was so weird. And the fact is, if me as a physical collector, in order for me to complete this all-star collection, I got to pay $70 just to get one game. Well, now at this
40.
Point,
40 to get Galaxy 2 to complete it.
Yeah. Technically, I'm double dipping at this point because as a physical collector, I still got to get 1 and 2.
Sorry, yeah.
Now, if I was doing digital, then $40.
Yeah. Sorry, mistake.
Now, I think it comes down to what you value at this point, because like what Brian posted, we are getting 4K updates for this, which we never gotten for gotten for All Stars and stuff. So I'm wondering what that's going to look like. It's probably going to be like a huge 4K upscale at that point. But
I'm buying it for the extra Rosalina story pages. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm crazy.
Does anyone remember how much what All Stars came? What was the price? That was it. 50?
50.
It was 50.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's like 15. That's like 17. So,
that's not bad. Yeah. That's under $20 per game. And I can probably guarantee you they weren't expecting the movie, right? Because they weren't, because that whole original, the whole Mario movie originally, right? They're like,
yeah, they're beautiful.
they put money into that. It did probably more better than what they thought, right? The Mario movie. They're like, all right, well now we're gonna come out with a sequel and figure what are we gonna do. So I can kind of see they weren't planning this that far out, in advance.
And there's one other thing I want to point out, because I did see some people complaining about that the movie's was going to take place in Mario Galaxy, because some people wanted to take place in Sunshine, which, I mean, I'm one of those people that wanted to take place in Sunshine, because, I mean, like, if we're going on chronological order, I mean, if we're in 3D Mario space, why not do Sunshine? But I'm pretty sure the reason why they're doing Galaxy is probably that's probably the most popular Mario type game in the repertoire, and on top of that, I'm pretty sure the majority of the demographic actually grew up playing Mario Galaxy. So this movie will be like really generating the most amount of revenue for them when it comes to that, I feel. So to those people out there that are complaining about this whole that Sunshine's getting skipped.
Yeah,
so.
Me too.
On that. I think the reason why they're doing Galaxy is that they're trying to open up the whole Nintendo universe.
Yeah.
Oh, you think so? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think the reason they're doing Galaxy because it was planned, because the star, whatever it's called, Luma or whatever, was in the first Mario movie.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like, okay, like, the start was already there. So it was already planned. It was teased. And it was just a matter of time of them opening it up. So.
And the whole Mario All-Star, that was like a limited release, right? That's they didn't. It was a very like limited release. They didn't make a ton, so you had to buy it, and once it's gone, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So them releasing Galaxy 1 and 2 as a bundle for people who couldn't get All-Star, because if you try and buy Mario All-Star now, you're paying hundreds of dollars.
So
straight up.
Hundreds of dollars.
I will agree with that too, because you have Mario 64 on Nintendo Switch Online. Sunshine is coming. Galaxy would be the only one that you wouldn't be able to get. So yeah, that's another way to look at it. That's a business way to look at it,
I'd say
not even the business, like even as a gamer, right? Like if I couldn't get the chance to buy All-Star, right? Like I couldn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can play Mario 64 on Nintendo Switch Online and Super Mario Sunshine. It's on there. But now I can't play Galaxy because
it's always the answer.
And now I have the option of for people who don't want to emulate.
Here's the thing, right?
I'm just saying.
The thing. Like, no,
devil's advocate.
Here's the thing. They could have easily kept All-Stars digital only once the physicals are in now.
Mm-hmm.
They have the technology for it. They got the servers for it, but they decided not to do that. To me, I feel like that's bullshit. Okay, like part of my language, like physical release limited, perfectly fine. It costs money to print stuff. I understand that, but digitally, that's the whole the whole point of companies pushing digital is to save money, literally, and host it on your server. So Nintendo doing that, that to me that's just BS. So but yeah. That's all I got.
Would you rather they do this bundle or do a whole Nintendo Switch Online with Wii Edition?
I wouldn't mind a Nintendo Switch Online with Wii Edition, because there's a lot of Wii games I would like.
I want to own Galaxy 2.
If it can work, sure. But all I'm saying is that
because the way the Nintendo Switch stuff, it is emulation.
Mm-hmm.
We know it's an emulation. And All-Star, you're playing almost the original, except for Galaxy, because they had to kind of retranslate the Joy-Con to Wiimote.
The same goes for Sunshine, funny enough, which is funny.
It is true, because they did change some of the controls in Super Mario 64, which is when we played the All-Star version. It's a lot easier to do some of the stuff versus in N64 online. So that's true.
And it's just weird to me too, because because All-Stars is not the first game that this happened to. The first Fire Emblem game, it happened to that. It had to happen to that one
for the anniversary.
I'm like, what? That makes no sense. Well, let me put this to rest, man, because I'm just gonna go through some dumb stuff that Nintendo did in the past, man. It's crazy. But yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy 2, October 2nd. And then, we talked about a little bit, Super Mario Galaxy movie was announced. That is coming April 2026. And yeah, it's in the Galaxy universe, so it looks pretty cool. Both of the trailers for those the teaser trailer rather for the Super Mario Galaxy is available on YouTube.
It will be cool to have souped up Uber 4K cleaned up versions, like definitive of Galaxy and Galaxy
Mhm.
2. They deserve it. So
True.
that's one
And you
thing to
can't get
say.
4K with the All Stars version. I don't think so, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
No,
No.
So there goes
it's
that.
just whatever
That's
version
worth
is
it.
on
I
there.
already
So,
pre-ordered today. I'm part of the problem.
so
We
see,
all
that,
are
that,
in some way, shape,
yeah.
or form.
For me, I'm kind of indifferent about the pricing, honestly. So I mean, I don't know, because the
I'll probably
physical
pick it
version,
up.
the physical version is
I
70
will pick
bucks,
it up.
but them individually, digitally, it's 40 bucks. So you're essentially saving a bit more money
You're
on the
saving
physical
$10.
version.
Yeah,
Yeah,
10
saving 10
bucks.
bucks.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm kind of like right in the middle. I'm not fully against it, nor I'm not all for it. So
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know.
Well, I'll be picking it up. I say no, but I know I will, unfortunately. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book was also announced. I know,
Yeah.
Bryant, you loved that game. You were on Discord. You were like, yes, I can't wait to play this game.
Dude, I don't know how to feel about this game. Like, it's cute. Like, it's very, very cute. But I don't get what it's going for. Like, is it a game or is it like like an edutainment kind of thing, like Mario's Time Machine or Mario's Missing, like where you find
It's
out like
almost
these
like
fictional species,
it's almost like one of those like story like games, you know?
like Yoshi's Story, you mean?
No, like
I was thinking Yoshi's
like
Story.
Life is Strange or whatever, where it's all like just narrative and just story.
You think
Like
that's what?
it's,
Yeah, I mean maybe
so it's less about like the actual gameplay, more just like an
exploration
actual like
and
exploration is just an actual story you're playing through
like
an
a
actual.
Zen game, very
Yeah.
chill.
And I mean, it does
Yeah,
seem like it's catered towards like the younger crowd.
yeah, it
But
does. Yeah, it does. It's very pretty. I'll say that it's gorgeous. Like I
Yeah.
love how that like stop motion animation,
Mhm.
like Doll Man from Death Stranding, like that kind of like 20
Yeah.
FPS look or whatever you call it, like
Yeah.
Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse or whatever.
oh yeah, the 1 and 2 frames,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
the
looks
animation
cool. I like that.
on 1 and 2. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know
it
about
looks like a. Oh, go ahead, Ash.
I don't know about this game. It looks like it's going to put me to sleep. I don't know.
Right,
That's what I'm
right.
saying. Like,
It's a
Because
Zen game.
I think it's for
because
just like
how
the,
how cozy the game is and stuff.
yeah.
When I look
It's-
at this,
it's-
I'm like, oh no.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, if they made this game for like the cozy, like hashtag generation.
I don't know. I mean, I might pick it up because Yoshi usually has banger music. I use a lot of the music too for like background music, so I might pick it up. Like when they first said storybook, I'm like, oh, a sequel to Yoshi's Story. That was the
Right,
first thing
that's what I
I
thought too.
thought. But yeah, it doesn't look that bad. Like,
No, it's not bad. I'm
Doesn't
not
look
saying it's
bad.
bad. It's just
No.
for me, I think
It's
I think it
platforming.
depends on the person. It depends on the person. For me, when I'm looking at this game, I'm just like, oh my god, it looks so cuddly, cute, extremely cozy. I might fall asleep to this. And what's funny is that I used to play Yoshi's Island a lot, and stuff. And that game is also cozy, but I guess the way the colors for the Game Boy and everything for me at the time and for the SNES, it kept me awake. I was able to keep
That's
moving,
challenging,
keep
those
playing the
games.
game. Yeah, it was also a bit more challenging too and
Mhm.
stuff. But this year, they're just upping the cuteness up to the max. They're like, oh, on the Switch 2, bet. Let's
Hey,
add more hair
graphically, it looks
follicles
really
to this
nice,
guy.
too.
Yeah, let's add more hair follicles to this guy's mustache. Let's
Yeah.
add more blur effects. Let's add more ray tracing. Let's
We get
make
a
this the
talking
coziest
plant,
game
too.
ever. Like, so it just depends on the person at the end of the day, right? I feel
Yeah.
like I can give this game to like a baby cousin of mine, and they'll be fine with this,
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, if your baby cousin's me, then I'll take it because I think I might be picking this up. I mean, to me, I'm looking at it like it reminds me because Yoshi's Story is not really that hard. Any of the Yoshi games, like really outside of like Yoshi's Island, right, on the SNES, that's probably like the hardest Yoshi's game out there. Every other Yoshi game after that has been pretty easy.
The DS game was pretty hard too, because
Oh,
there was a Yoshi's Island DS game.
Yeah,
there was
never played that one, actually. Gotta play that
another Yoshi DS game where like
Woolly
all you
Will?
have is your stylus and you have to control something. I forgot.
Yoshi's New
Are you
Island,
talking-
or yeah, new
That's what it's
Yoshi,
called?
yeah,
Yoshi?
Yoshi's New Island or New Yoshi's Island.
Yoshi's New Island is the one that's like kind of like a sequel. No, you're right. There was Yoshi's Island for DS, then there's Yoshi's New Island for, I think, for 3DS maybe.
Yes, it was for
Let me
3DS.
There was two
see.
sequels.
Oh, the one I was talking about is called Yoshi Touch and Go. Have you guys played that one?
Oh,
okay.
no,
Yeah,
that
I've
one I
heard
never
of it.
played.
Yeah, that one is like a really simple game. It all it took was your stylus, and you just like move. I think you like move certain things like across or something. It was just a really simple game. So, but yeah.
Well, that's Yoshi's. I was about to say Yoshi's Island. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, Spring 2026, which is a
Mystery,
reoccurring
get it?
theme. It's a very reoccurring theme, unfortunately, for a lot of these games. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I wouldn't say excited for it, but I do want to pick it up because I do feel like I'll play it. It looks pretty cool. I like the art style and everything.
It's beautiful.
The next announcement was something that came out of like left field. Like I was not expecting this announcement whatsoever, and that is
Dragon Quest?
Nintendo is no, not that, but
No.
Nintendo's recreating the Virtual Boy. Like,
Oh
who,
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah,
who would
that
ever thought
right,
that?
That right there. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what their aim is for this. I think they're just aiming for the people that want to like click everything Nintendo related,
Yeah.
that niche
Oh
group
yeah,
of people. And I'm pretty sure once that comes out, that's going to sell out immediately, and that's the end
That's
of it.
true.
You're not going to see that ever again
I'm
on
buying
the
it.
store.
yeah. I think I'm gonna pick it up
um,
too. It's kind of cool how
I mean,
it works.
Yeah, so it's interesting they did it. But I'm like, I wonder if they're trying to get any profit off of this or something. I don't know.
I probably won't buy it because of how it's made, right? Where the Switch just
$100.
goes inside, right?
Mhm.
I can probably 3D print something.
I mean, they got a cardboard
True.
variant for it, so you could probably
They do.
definitely do that. So
I wish it was
You know
timestamps
what
on
this
the
I mean, it's
reminds
video.
me
cool.
of?
But
It reminds me of like if Nintendo is a bike that you're on, and like let's say in your pocket you have like a metal rod, and you're like, you know what, this bike is driving really well right now. I think I'm just gonna stick this metal rod in the back of in my back tire and just see what happens. Like that's what, because it's like the Virtual Boy wasn't a success. It was like one of their like only failures because it was out of they weren't selling it anymore after 6 months. Now, to be fair, I agree with everything you said, Ash. Like I'm buying this 100% because just for like completionist sake, like this is something that's very much like a sordid tale of Nintendo's past that was very
Yeah.
unsuccessful, and it was very much like they needed to put something out in between the SNES and N64, so they wanted to put this thing out. It was like kind of edgy technology, and virtual reality was kind of like a mystery at the time and very enigmatic and everything. And I definitely think it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool they're releasing it, but at the same time, like the Virtual Boy is pretty dorky. Like it really is. But I'm buying it though. I don't care, and it'll be fun to play all those games again, even if it's just like 5 minutes and I put the thing away forever. But it's a thing. But I don't know.
this is definitely a
Milo's
surprise
Astro
announcement.
Boy.
This is definitely a surprise announcement. No
Yeah.
leaker will be able to leak that, honestly. So it's interesting.
So,
Yeah.
I'm wondering, they have those like in real X-ray like glasses,
Mhm.
right? Like, because all you're doing is using the screen, right? And then the screen, that's all it is. So I mean, if someone already has like those X-ray glasses, because the Virtual Boy is basically going to be on Nintendo Switch Online from the looks of it,
Mhm.
right? Because
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
how it is. I mean, if I'm going to be getting like these like glasses, or I could hook up a Switch to it, what's the point of me doing that when I can already have like these nice portable glasses on
Well,
my
you
face?
probably are not getting 3D. Like they're probably what I assume with this. Well, I don't know, because I assume what's happening is when you put it there,
if you're doing a
they're splitting
cardboard
the
thing,
image twice, and then when you're putting it in the Virtual Boy, you have like the little like lens there, and that's how you're getting that 3D effect.
Right. I
Similar
agree.
to like Labo.
Yeah, but you're doing that, but you're not. It's you're there. I don't think there's anything in that little thing that's making you do that, right? It's
just
the
the
actual
lenses.
game. It's the game that's played because they said they had a cardboard version.
Yeah, but it's still gonna
Right, I
have
think
that
the
because like
lenses in the
Labo.
cardboard version do it too.
Yeah, Labo had a lens. Because if you look here, oh wait, I reminded too far back. Like you see that? I don't know if you can see my mouse.
Yeah, but that's
on
just
the...
to make it red.
No, I
No,
assume
the
screen
games
would be
themselves will be red.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the games themselves were only red and black. So like that lens has to do something.
Right. It's like image refraction or whatever it's called to make
Mhm.
it appear like it's a 3D
Yeah.
thing.
I don't know.
Looks cool.
Well,
I
I'll
mean,
report back.
I think I'm with you, Brian. Like I might pick this up as well because it is like novelty to get, and I assume the
Right,
cardboard
correct.
version is for like they're gonna have limited versions of the Virtual Boy like replica, and then
Mhm.
after that you'll only be able to get the cardboard version. Because I don't know if they said limited. Did they say limited at all? Do you guys remember that?
No.
I think there's
Yeah,
like
there was a
only
cardboard.
I'm assuming this is limited. Because
Oh, I
like
didn't
Oh,
say.
the cardboard model. So if you look at the cardboard model, that's for like handheld play. So hold on.
You know how cool you would look on the train with your Virtual Boy cardboard attached to your Nintendo Switch pushed up to your face?
hell yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't catch that, but
I'll be the most popular kid in town.
Right.
yeah, I didn't catch that earlier. But look right here, you see how they have the little thing? So that's for like handheld play. Unless you're
Yeah.
gonna play like this, like
Yeah,
holding it.
that's what it seems like. You're gonna be putting it like to your
That
face.
that
Or
would
like really
be
put it on a desk and like lay your head down or something like that. Like,
you're
I
just
don't
like
know,
this the
man.
whole time.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
Huh?
oh man, that'd be crazy.
It's
But
30
But
already.
yeah, that is the Virtual Boy announcement. Come in February 17th, 2026. The accessories will also come out that day as well. So pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. I'm excited to see that. The cardboard model will be
I don't know,
$24.99,
man.
and then the Virtual Boy itself will be $100.
I could see third parties like making like their own versions of
Yeah.
these that people could
AliExpress.
buy. Yeah.
All right. This next announcement is make sure you write this down, is DLC. And it's
There we go.
funny because it's DLC for a game that's not even out yet, but we know there's going to be
Oh,
DLC.
Pokemon.
Yes, and that is Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimensions. Yeah, Mega Dimensions, that's what it's called, which has a Mega Raichu X and a Mega Raichu Y, which some people have asked me what I think about the Mega forms, and I said I think 2 out of the 4 were kind of cool. I think both Raichus look pretty dope. Like I do like the designs for this. But that is DLC that will be coming out. Pokemon Legends Z8 comes out October 16. I'm actually excited for it. Like I really don't need to see any more of that. They also announced a bunch more Mega Evolutions. Finally, the starters of X and Y all have Mega Evolutions. It was kind of weird that in the game that those actually came out in, they had no Mega Evolutions. So like their own game did not give them Mega Evolutions, but now they do, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I saw the X and the Y. I was like, oh, they're re-releasing like X and Y
That
again.
would have been cool. I didn't actually know. I thought it was another because it looked like Raichu was like fighting. So it's like, oh, is this another
Oh, like another
Pokken tournament?
Pokken tournament.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like that's kind of cool, but no, it's not. Because there was that rumor of a Pokemon spin-off coming out. I was like, oh, this must be the Pokemon spin-off, another Pokken tournament. But no,
Nope, it's
that's that.
Pokecopia or whatever.
Yeah, whatever it's called. Super Mario Wonder, Nintendo Switch 2 edition,
I got
plus
thoughts about this.
meetup in Bellabelle Park, which will be released in 2026. That is, would you consider that DLC? Because there's also an upgrade. It's a full Switch 2 edition.
It's like Kirby.
Yeah, right. Like Kirby and Mario. So would you say like DLC, or would you say it's an upgrade? What would you call this?
It's
They're gonna
both.
charge $20 for it.
It's both because like I do see that they have like new levels and stuff in there as well, and new multiplayer levels. And well, along with the Switch 2 upgrade, they didn't say anything about about 120 FPS, which I hope there's 120 FPS on it because that'd be so damn cool to see that game in 120 FPS. The only reason why I'm like predicating off of that is mainly because when they first started off the Switch 2 and when they were demonstrating 120 FPS, Super Mario Bros. Wonder was the reference that they used essentially. So I hope it stays true for this one here, if anything. But I think the big thing here was to show the Bellabelle Park stuff along with the new levels and everything, but not too much on the performance side of things, which is interesting too because I feel like this particular DLC can also would have been applied to the original Switch as well, unless there's certain things in the DLC where the original Switch cannot handle or something. So
yeah, the DLC is interesting because it's very multiplayer focused. in this DLC, which is like it's basically almost like another Mario Party game, like Mario Party DLC at that, where it's just it's just multiplayer games. I don't think they announce single player levels, because this was one of those that I was like kind of in and out watching.
Towards
Uh,
the end of the
Yeah,
trailer, I thought
I
they
saw
did
levels.
show it, but I just want to say about this, because I know we have other things we can talk about. But I just want to say about this upgrade slash DLC, the multiplayer stuff looks so weak.
mhm,
Like this, like collect all the coins. It kind of reminds me of like those modes in Smash Brothers that nobody liked, that they were trying to shove in, because it's like conceptually like, oh, let's just like see who gets the most coins in a level. That'll be
yeah,
fun. It's like it doesn't look fun to me. It doesn't look really enticing. Now I will say that Wonder isn't exactly bereft of content. Like that's a long game. There's a lot of levels in it. It's a
yeah,
complete game for sure. But I do hope they add like maybe just like another world with maybe like a dozen stages to really make this worth it, because I'm not buying this for the multiplayer DLC. I have zero interest in playing this on stream, probably. Like it
yeah.
just doesn't look like fun to me. It looks very like kid focused.
Yeah, it would be cool, like Ash was saying, if this does come with the 120 FPS mode. I
I bet
think
it will.
that would be worth it. Like I would
That'd
buy
be
it
worth
just
it.
for
Yeah.
that like
Yeah, me too.
120 FPS, like 4K or whatever higher resolution they need to do, because that would definitely make it worth it. Like Ash was also saying, it makes no sense to show off Mario Wonder like, oh yeah, this is 120
Yeah, see
FPS,
that
and
I thought
everybody's
that
like, oh
was
yeah, what's up?
at the end, what they just actually, I'm sorry, I'm looking at our Twitch stream right now, but
Hmm.
or YouTube stream, but like towards the end of that Mario Wonder trailer, I feel like they do show like a world like right there that might have like a couple new levels in it. So hopefully
Mm,
that'll be where there's some new stuff there.
let's hope
Something
so.
separate from the multi
Right,
co-op
exactly. Yep.
aspect of it.
And you got that flower. Oh man, that talking flower. It apparently just like yells at you randomly. Like,
Oh man, that flower.
uh,
Now everything has a flower. We have this game, and then Yoshi now has a talking flower. What's next?
yep,
Metroid Prime has a talking flower. No.
yep. Talking motorcycle.
Yeah, talking motorcycle. That is true. Mario Tennis Fever launches 2026. Yeah. Cool. Honestly, like Mario Tennis is fun. I mean, that's really
I
much I gotta
liked
say.
it. I
Yeah.
liked it before it got super gimmicky. Like I
Hmm.
really liked Mario Tennis 64 and Mario Tennis for GameCube, but
Yeah.
like after that, I just feel like the Wii U one was awful, very bare bones. Yet they charged $60 for it or whatever. I'm pretty sure. And then the one for Switch was like good, but it just had so much like crap in it, like with like motion control and like camera zooming and using the Switch to like do like motion stuff and just like all the power ups. And it's just like the tennis in Mario Tennis is so solid by itself that I don't feel like they need all these accoutrements to make it like I feel like it's just kind of like putting too many ingredients into the soup. It's just kind of like focus on your strengths. Like I think it'll be really fun, and maybe they'll separate that off a bit and just have like plain tennis and maybe like the stuff with all the power ups and everything. But yeah, I mean, these games are very solid, but I just hope they can kind of find a way to square the circle of making something dynamic while not taking away from the fundamentals.
Well, what I don't get is they show off the dive feature, right, in the trailer that we're just watching
Mhm.
right now. But that dive feature was in Mario Tennis on the N64. Like, was it not in later Mario Tennis games? Because I don't get that part.
It's like mini mushroom racket. Like I see, that's not the crap I want. Like I know they have to because it's like it's like wacky and it's
Yeah.
Mario Tennis and like you have to have power ups and stuff. But it's like I don't want to deal with all that when I'm playing. Like just give me
Hey,
this the tennis, man.
I do think the single player mode that they show off is pretty cool though. Like when they showed that
Oh,
off, I was
they're all
like,
babies.
yeah, like I
Why
think
are they all
that's
babies?
well, I mean they had to put a story behind it, right? But like if
Yeah,
it gets
yeah,
you closer to like Mario Tennis on like Game Boy, where
yeah. That
you're
is true. Those
kind
games
of
are
like
great. I'm more of a golf
exactly
guy myself, but yeah.
like that is cool. Like just being able to like travel around, and then yeah, you have to
Mm.
beat like these little, I don't know what you call it. I don't want to say mini games, but they have like boss battles and stuff like that. I think that's pretty dope. But yeah, this comes out also, unfortunately, 2026. So yeah, you will be seeing that like everything else in 2026. Not to mention, we forgot to say Super Mario Wonder is also spring 2026. But this one does have a release date of February 12th, 2026. So a lot of 2026 games there. Moving on, they showed off some more Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment stuff.
Move on.
Exactly, yeah. So they did give a release date though, finally, because there wasn't a release date. November 6th, 2025. This is the November game that Nintendo had. Oh, one of the November games that Nintendo has, also along with Kirby Air Riders. Hades 2 also got an official release date, and is also getting a Switch 2 version. That will be September 25th, 2025. So for those of you who are excited about Hades, be happy about that. It will also be running in TV mode, 1080p, 120 FPS, which is nice.
Even though I suck at it, I am looking forward to it.
The next thing is Resident Evil Requiem. So
Oh my
something I've
God.
been asking for the longest. I think I want to say almost every podcast since I was like, why don't I have Resident Evil there? And I was disappointed when Resident Evil Requiem got announced and there was no Switch 2 logo. So they finally did confirm Resident Evil Requiem. There was somebody, I forgot his name. He did leak and said Requiem is coming to Switch 2, and all of the Resident Evils are complete and ready to come to Switch 2. It's just he doesn't know when they're gonna release them. But he said that they
I
are
mean, they
all coming to Switch 2.
7 and 8
Yep.
coming to Switch 2 also.
So here's my thing about that. Requiem comes out February 27, 2026, right? Launching simultaneously with the PS5, PC, and Xbox versions. But then you have Resident Evil 7 Biohazard and Resident Evil Village also coming out that same day. Like they could have done like Resident Evil 7 today and then Village like in December or something, where they're like two months apart, and then you get in February you get Resident Evil Requiem. I don't understand why would you put those two games at the same time as Requiem. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like they're messing up the sales with 7 and 8 and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like you should release those at least sometime in October because horror, or sometime before Requiem or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's so weird how they're doing that. I hope they change their mind. I hope, but maybe there's for a good reason that like they're still working on the ports and make sure they're like up to snuff by the time it before Requiem comes out. Maybe I'm not too sure. To me that was just a weird date to choose. So
yeah, Requiem is one of those games that I'm also looking forward to, not just because it's Resident Evil, right? But this I think is going to be a huge test to see can the Switch 2 stand alongside the PS5 and Xbox Series X and PC, of course, with ports, right? We don't have Metal Gear Solid Delta, and there's a lot of games that are coming out right now that there are no Switch 2 versions. But Requiem is the first one, correct me if I'm wrong, the first big AAA game that I can think of that's coming out on Switch 2 as well as PS5
you
and
don't
everything
count
else.
Star Wars Outlaws?
Well, because Star
wouldn't
Wars
call that
Outlaws
AAA.
came out already, right? So it's not a simultaneous
Yeah.
launch, right?
But it was still a port to Switch.
It was,
2.
but like
Yeah,
like
AAA.
so think back to the Switch times. The games would be announced. Borderlands 4 is a great example. Borderlands 4 is, I think it's out already, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's
so
not on
Borderlands
Switch yet,
4
though.
is out. Yeah, exactly, but it's not on Switch 2 until next month. So it's like it's not, or yeah, I think early next month, which is
Yeah, it's
like
like October 4th or something.
yeah. So it's like I don't want to see that happening in the Switch 2, because what if I don't know what's a game, just if a game got announced and then next thing you know you have to wait 3 months to play the Switch 2 version, which was happening a lot with the Switch. Like I don't want that. I want to play it simultaneously, because if not, then people are usually like, well, I won't get it on the Switch 2. I'll just get it on PS5 or PC or whatever the case
Right.
may be. Which is like where I would have been. I was like, all right, if it's not coming to Switch 2 now, I would buy it on PS5 or PC, whichever one I decided to choose. But I will be getting this on Switch 2 also to give thoughts, because I am very curious to see how this performance goes. It looks like it's 30 FPS, where you will be able to get 60 on PS5 and PC, which may be a bummer, but maybe they have a
Probably more
performance
than that,
mode.
actually, on PC. I bet you can get up to 120 on PC with the right kit.
Oh, of course. But yeah, that is.
I mean, if
Mhm.
Outlaws is any indication, then it'd probably be run pretty okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, at 30, yeah, sure.
I was really biting my fingernails that I thought this was going to be the last announcement. of the direct, I was like, "Are you serious? This is like that big of a deal?" Because it's like for me, um, and I think a lot of others, like I understand what you're saying that you want to get this game on Switch as kind of like a litmus test for like what the Switch can do, and you want to have
Mhm.
it portable and all the rest. But I think for a game like Resident Evil, I want that on the beefiest like the beefiest hardware that I can get it. Let that be either PC or PS5 Pro. Like Switch it 2 is not going to be my preferred place to play Resident Evil
Mhm.
Requiem. So like cool, it's coming to Switch, but or Switch 2, but I just didn't think it necessarily deserved that to be like the last big third party announcement. Like I think that they could have had something else lined up for a third party announcement that would have had a bit more oomph than that. Like
Mhm.
something new. Like oh guys, this is coming out. Like not quite the same thing, but that Mega Man Star Force thing, like I would have felt more of a feeling if that would have gotten announced. It's like not necessarily as like the last thing, and I'm not saying that Mega Man Star Force is as big of a deal as Resident Evil
Mhm.
Requiem, obviously it's not. But I'm just saying like something that hasn't been announced already that is coming out rather than like a port of a game that's again not a port, but a version of a game that we know is kind of going to be
Yeah.
kneecapped and not going to be as good as its cousin. So I was glad it wasn't the last announcement. I was disappointed it was the last third party announcement. And then I got kind of the kick in the pants as Fire Emblem is the true last announcement. But anyway,
Yes, the true last announcement was amazing.
yeah, right. Yep.
No, I hear your take on that, and I think that's also the what do you call I can't find the right words for this, but like having all consoles, you kind of get there like, well, I know this is coming, and I'm gonna get it on another platform.
Right.
But like for me,
Correct.
I try
Yep.
to give the take like I'm happy. My biggest thing is the announcement is coming at the same time as those other platforms, which is cool. Like
That's
if they would have
fair.
announced
That's
it and
fair.
been like, come in winter
6 months later.
2026, yeah, I would have been
Yeah.
like, okay, like I don't care about that.
Right.
But
That's
it
fair.
coming out there, I'm like, cool. That's that.
Mhm.
Anybody else have anything to say about Requiem before we move on?
I'm just ready for this game to release. I'm probably going to
I
be
think we all
going
are.
getting on PC anyway. And the thing is that I think it just comes down to the person on like how their life is essentially. Because if they're constantly out of the house and never have constant access to like a beefy PC or PS5 or something like that, that's where the Switch comes into play for the most part.
What
You know.
what if the Switch 2 version of the game gets like Nintendo mode, and instead of the monsters being monsters, they're all like giant Goombas. They attack
That,
you.
that'd be
Like
that'd be cool. That'd be
That'd be
cool, and
funny.
that's definitely possible. That'd be great.
yeah.
That bring me back to the days of like Counter Strike and all the freaking mods.
Yeah, yeah, essentially.
I mean, I think that would be a great way to play the game. That would be funny. Like I would play it that way just to see how that goes. Yeah, and then like
I mean,
Bowser's like the final boss.
and like and you remove all the blood, because
True.
it's Nintendo.
And it
You
wouldn't
know,
be like a gun, it would be like a water gun or something like that
Yeah.
you're that'd be funny. Kirby Air Riders is getting amiibos, and they did announce that there will be another direct from Sakurai later
I
on.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know
I
why
can't believe that.
I don't know why they have. So Sakurai's like, oh, you want to see me talk about the game for 40 minutes? Awesome. You want to see me do it again? That's literally
Hey,
what they said, bro.
the
I'm like,
amiibos are
bro, there's
pretty
no
cool
need.
though. Like the
Oh yes,
I
amiibos
they
would
are,
are.
actually say that.
They're interchangeable. They're
yeah.
interchangeable. I love it.
Yeah.
It's great. So it's
Um,
that's actually worth $30 to me. So
you briefly touched on it, James, but we didn't really talk about it. But those
Yeah.
amiibo for the Mario Galaxy collection, oh my god, those are beautiful. That Mario one where he's in the star and the
Yeah.
Rosalina one. Oh my god, and these Kirby ones, these are amazing too. I already pre-ordered all these on Amazon because they're so beautiful.
They are. Like I do like you said, the interchangeable ones is pretty cool. It's something that I wasn't really expecting, and I thought that was just going to be okay. It's just one piece. But then when you saw that you can swap them out, and when you swap them out on the amiibo, also in game, they swap out with a different cards. That's kind of cool. Like, you gotta give props for Nintendo, not thinking ahead, but thinking different, for lack of better words. Um, Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate. So Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate is finally announced. I'm kind of disappointed, or not announced, but release date is announced. I'm kind of disappointed. It's January 22nd, 2026. I was hoping for earlier this
This year?
year, but they did confirm on their Twitter account, which is awesome, that the whole series is coming to Switch 2. the rumor already from a long time ago, and Nate the Hate has said it again, that Rebirth is coming next year to both Xbox and Switch 2. I don't think the Twitter account said that, but they did say when the third part comes out, it will be released simultaneously on
On
Switch
everything.
2, PS5, Xbox, and PC, which is kind of cool. So no longer buying PS5 or using it on your PS5 and wait for a PC port. No, on all platforms there is. And then Square Enix pretty much said that their strategy going forward is everything is multi-platform. We've seen it with another game that we'll be talking about later on, but like Final Fantasy Tactics is multi-platform, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 is multi-platform, and so forth. But yeah, anybody else here going to pick up Final Fantasy 7 Remake just to have it on Switch 2?
I wanted to ask you, physical buyers, you guys be picking up this physically? Because I saw that like the Final Fantasy 7 this iteration of it physically comes with like what do you call it, like a first run Magic the Gathering set or something like that?
Does it? I didn't see that.
Cards? Yeah.
Did they say it in the direct?
Dude, if it comes with Magic the Gathering cards, I'm buying.
It does, yeah.
Okay,
I'm not
I
sure
did
if it's
not.
in the direct, but go look it up, yeah.
Yeah, let me see where's the Final Fantasy 7 direct part here, because that is kind of cool.
I mean, I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's something. I don't know where this trailer is. I hate that there's no like timestamps. That would have been nice.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Yeah, exactly. I have to like scroll and see.
Yes, there will be a physical release for Final Fantasy 7 Remake integrated on Nintendo Switch 2. That's the AI answer. And the game is set to launch on January 22nd, and physical pre-orders include a Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy Play Booster while supplies last.
That's cool. And it's only $40.
Yeah, it's on the Square Enix store. I'm looking at it right now.
Is it
Yeah,
only to the
it's
Square
on-
Enix store to get that, or is it for like
I don't know.
for
But
everywhere?
on Square Enix, the physical game's only $40. So that's actually
Really for remake?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's actually
what
not
it
that
says.
bad.
Pre-order's $40. That's
Ah.
actually not a bad price.
Yeah, I thought it was
For
going to be
re-release
$70.
especially for physical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually not that
Product
bad.
detail.
I'll put the link in the Discord if you want to check that out.
I'll gladly pay.
Yeah, it says it on the website that it'll come with a booster. Like if you pre-order Magic the Gathering Play Booster directly inside the box, containing 15 random cards.
I'll gladly pay an extra $10 to $15 if they put a physical all on a physical cart.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's probably a game. I think it's a game key card though. I think it's too big for.
Yeah, I know it's a game key card at this point, especially when it's $40. So
it is, yeah. Unfortunately, I think every game here that was announced is a game key card. Unfortunately, honestly, like looking at the trailer of Final Fantasy 7 Remake, looks really good too for the Switch 2 version.
I'll get it on sale, but there's no way I'm paying full price for it because
You're
I
paying
have it on
$40?
superior platforms. Huh?
$40? You're not paying $40 for it?
No. It'll go on sale eventually for like 25, 30, and I'll grab it then.
I think it's cool. I'll get it day one just to play it again because I do want to do.
Oh, you also get plus in-game bonus content.
Okay, yeah.
You also get extra items. Summon materia, weapons, accessories, armors.
What if Final
maybe
Fantasy
I will get
7
it day one.
Remake? What if it was Final Fantasy 7 Remake? If they give you like extra bosses and they're like Goombas and Bowser, would you get it?
Okay, now you're getting crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
also if you pre-order FF7 to a certain point on Switch and Xbox, you get Final Fantasy 7 for free, which I think that's a nice little bonus.
oh, well, that's lame. I just bought Final Fantasy 7.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, like that's oh well, lame. Man, I could have gotten it for oh well, whatever, it is what it is. 'Cause I could have gotten that free instead of I mean I only paid, it was on sale, so I think I paid like $5 or $7, whatever, but
It's the principle, I get it.
yeah. Oh, I should have waited because I was like, oh, I bought it and I was like, oh, I'm gonna play it, and I was like, no, actually, I'm gonna play it alongside 7. So like now my thought process is I'm gonna play 7 Remake first, and then I'll go back to Final Fantasy 7 itself and do like the same part. And then when Rebirth comes out, I'm gonna do Rebirth, and then I'll go into Final Fantasy 7 play up to that part and so forth. Just not it's not gonna be a stream, it's just gonna be me doing it just because I kinda like wanna do it. I don't know why. I just wanted to. All right, Tamagotchi Life.
Oh, please, let's
Living
pass on
the
that.
dream. it's a game. There's a lot of people out there excited for the game. Not my cup
Yeah,
of
I'm not one
tea,
of them.
but there is a lot of people out there. I don't think any of us are excited, but they did say spring
No.
2026. Another spring 2026 game. It's like every game is spring 2026. But yeah, that is spring 2026. All right.
There's a cult following for that one apparently.
The next game. Yeah, this
Dragon.
next game. Tell you what, right away, you
Yeah,
guys saw me
James
write that.
excited.
Right when I
Yep.
saw that, I went ahead and I had a post because I was, doing my stuff, and then I was like, "Oh shoot, are you kidding me?" I got so excited. But yes, that is Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest 7, which was rumored for a while that there was a remake coming, and I didn't believe it. And
That
then
dude looks like Team America World Police. I'm sorry, I just had to say that. That dude on the right, that guy with the spiky long blonde hair.
Yeah.
He looks like Team America World. That guy right there. He looks like
Yeah,
Team
yeah,
America
yeah.
World Police.
No,
Anyway, continue.
I do see where you're getting at. But like right away, because they showed the village, I was like, this is Dragon Quest 7. And it's so cool because there was a post on Twitter for somebody who works for Square Enix saying that what they did is they created life-size, or not life-size dolls, but like dolls, and they 3D scanned it. And then that's how they got like those figures, I guess.
Oh, that's how they got the design for the
That's cool.
sprites.
Yeah.
The models, yeah.
The models in the
models?
game,
Okay.
which is kind of cool. And I was like, man, like that is nice. But like graphically speaking, I like
pretty.
the art style. They're
Yeah.
very chibi, but that's because the remake of Dragon Quest 7. But not only that, that was Toriyama's art. When they designed this game, he designed everybody to be kind of like chibi, like the way it looks. So it's kind of cool what they're going for. And like graphically speaking, like I said, it looks beautiful. I can't wait to play this game. If you are somebody who wants to play a Chrono Trigger like game and you have not played this game, you need to play it because it is very
that's
Chrono
the
Trigger
one?
like. Yes,
That's the
this
one?
is the one.
Oh,
Yeah, this is
okay.
This was the one that started off as a sequel to Chrono Trigger. Yuji Horii
what I
was
thought,
writing
okay.
the story, and then it eventually ended up being Dragon Quest 7. And basically, if you play the game, you'll know what I'm talking about. So yeah, it's a really good game.
Somebody, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say somebody pointed out on Twitter that it's really annoying that Square Enix made Final Fantasy VII Remake and Dragon Quest VII Reimagined when the subtitle should be swapped. It should be
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII Reimagined and Dragon Quest VII Remake.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I
that
agree.
was
That's
funny.
true. That's true. Yeah.
Hey, Geek, what's up? I wasn't seeing
Hey, Geek.
comments. I apologize. He says
We're talking about breakfast. I don't know.
Oh, breakfast, oh, boy.
DQ7 Reimagined is why I don't want to see a Chrono Trigger in HD 2D. And then it says, this is what I was talking about. Not every game needs to be HD 2D. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, this is...
I don't know. I like how it looks.
Yeah, I mean, HD 2D has its purposes for DQ1, DQ2, and DQ3, which were NES games originally, and then SNES ports, or not ports, but like remake versions on SNES. Like, I think it makes sense for that. But for like DQ7, they're basically building off the foundation of the 3DS versions and going beyond that. So I do like what they're going with this, and it looks beautiful. The gameplay style, they changed it. You can see in the trailer where it's more reminiscent to Dragon Quest 11. So the protagonist goes ahead and like swipes his sword to a monster he sees on the field. Then it starts the turn-based battle. If you actually look at the like menu that they have going on in this, it looks exactly like Dragon Quest 11. So yeah, I'd be surprised. And then this, like the art style, like, you see how the water is. I feel like I've seen this graphical style somewhere else. I just can't really like put a finger on it. Oh, I know what it is. There was a tactical RPG game that came out by Square Enix. I can remember the name. Shoot, what was it called?
Tactics Ogre?
No, it wasn't Tactics Ogre. It came out more recent. It was them trying to go back into tactics, and it didn't sell well. I know you have it, Bryant, because when I was looking to get it, it shows like friends who own this game, and you were one of them.
Square Enix Tactics game.
Yeah, it's a Square Enix Tactics game that they came
I
out
wonder if
not
Geek
too long
knows
ago.
it. It's not
Yeah,
Tactics
Geek, if you
Ogre.
know, say something there.
We were just talking about how there's no tactics games yet. We can't think of what this one is.
Yeah, it's more.
Triangle
It's like a
strategy?
mixture of RTS and tactics. It's not triangle strategy.
I'm
TS.
looking Tactics Ogre, Diaphil Chronicle.
Yes, Dealfield Chronicles.
Vagrant.
There we go.
Okay.
So
Oh, I own that? I didn't realize I owned that.
yeah. Oh, I mean, it said you played it, so maybe you don't own it. Maybe you got it to
Okay,
like
I
PlayStation
don't
Plus
know.
or something. But
maybe.
yeah, looking at that art style, it does remind me a lot of how that game was presented in terms of the backgrounds. Yeah, this looks so good. I'm excited. Is
It's
anybody
like
here
a
gonna pick it up?
diorama kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see that collector's edition for this? That's pretty sick with the ship.
I did not see it. Oh man.
Oh, you should go look at that, man. I'd love to see your reaction to that.
Oof.
It is like I'm not a huge Dragon. I mean, I like Dragon Quest a lot, but I'm not a diehard enough where I'd buy that for $250. But it is really cool.
Yeah. Oh man, this game's got me hyped. I said it before. I would love for this game to be available. And it's funny because when the eShop shut down, there was an exclusive quest in this game, but you needed online to be able to access this
Mm.
dungeon, and that was kind of lost. And they were able to get it. Like a bunch of people came together to try to go ahead and get that save file so that people could just download it to their 3DSs and then be able to play it. But now I assume that everything's going to be right on here. So cool. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'll buying it for sure.
Same here. Day one. Day one. Unfortunately, like everything else mentioned in today's direct, it is a 2026
2026.
game, February 5th, 2026. But yes, day one to me. And yeah, Geek says it does look like DQ11. Yep. There's a lot of DQ11 inspirations there. So Ash.
Do we know if DQ7 is game key card too? Because
It is.
I don't know.
It is unfortunately game key card.
Damn. Are they at least releasing them on both like Switch and Switch 2?
Yeah, there's
do
a
you know
Switch 2
that?
version and there's a Switch 1 version as well.
Oh, okay. I might
The
just
one
opt
thing
for
we
the Switch
don't
1
know
version.
though, the one thing we don't know is if there is a Switch 2 upgrade. Because some games don't have an upgrade. Like for example, I don't believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remaster has an upgrade.
I haven't seen anything about that yet either. So
Yeah, because there is a Switch 2 version, but there is no upgrade. And I think they actually said it when the link that Bryant sent. They said that there will not be an upgrade for that game. You have to buy the Switch 2 version.
man,
Yeah.
man.
Oh well. But I'll be getting it. Like honestly, I'm at the point where it's just like whatever. Like if it's a game key card, if I think the physical art and stuff looks cool, I'll buy it there. But not only that, like for like discounts and stuff, game key cards will go on sale, so I might buy it there as well. But I'm at the point where I'm not sure how you guys are, but my micro SD card is full. I'm full already.
Bro,
Yeah, clean
I'm
the
at
fridge.
a 512. I'm at a 512, bro, and I'm like almost like 80% done.
Yeah.
Like
It's a lot of the Switch
nah.
1 updates add pretty big. I was looking through and it's like, oof. Street Fighter I think is my biggest game, but then I also have Fortnite because I was messing around with it on my Switch 2, and that's like another like 40 gigs. And then like, you got Zeldas, both Zeldas are around like 20 gigs and so forth. So yeah. I got a lot of games in there. I had to delete a few games to download. What was I downloading? I downloaded something. Yeah. Oh, the what is that game called? I don't know. I can remember the mech game. Daemon Ex Machina 2 game. That game is 15. Like the demo is 15 gigs.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What's it called? Scion? Something Scion or something like that?
Something Scion. You're right. I was thinking about getting it, but once I found out that you're not in a mech, you're rather in a suit, I was just like,
You're a suit.
no thanks. Not my cup of tea.
The problem right now is like now we're running into problems of like storage issues, and the only way for us to like get extra storage essentially is get a micro express SD card.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Have you guys had any luck on finding a 1 terabyte?
Mm-mm.
I have a 1 terabyte.
How much you spend on that?
It was right before Amazon jumped because like I think I got it for 180.
You're talking about the Lexar one that you got?
Yeah, I think it's Lexar. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up right now. Like SD Express. I'm looking at my Amazon history. Yeah, it's Lexar 1 terabyte, and I got it for I want to say 180.
Okay.
Which game you're talking about, Geek?
180. Well, actually, I think I had rewards. I don't know. It was like 180, but now I think they're 230.
And like at this point, man, it's just like
They're expensive.
Yeah, it's getting super expensive. So like what Nintendo needs to do is like make give us a firmware update where it essentially allows us to use like an external SSD for storage whenever we dock
That'd
our
be
system
nice.
at least.
That'd be nice.
Because
Right?
if you
that'd
get
be
that
nice.
the Genki case that has the MagSafe adapter and you buy their MagSafe like external SSD that they have, that'd be kind of cool
Yeah.
because then you can just plug that in and have it running at all times.
Absolutely,
is-
and I have no problem with that whatsoever. But the thing is,
Nintendo will never do
needs
that
to-
because then the games could get pirated.
True. I mean, you
How
would just
so?
have to reformat the drive though, because that's
Yeah.
what you're doing with the micro SD. So it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do a quick rundown of the rest of these games. Oh, Daemon X Machina. Okay, so he picked it up and he says he's not too far in the game. And he thinks it's pretty cool. Okay, so quick rundown. So there was like a small like back-to-back announcements for Switch 2 editions. Overcooked 2, it's getting a Switch 2 edition. It's arriving this holiday. 4K, 60 FPS, game share, and camera play is being implemented into this game. One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 is getting a Switch 2 edition that comes this fall. I don't know, it doesn't say a release date there, but yeah, you'll be able to basically if you have the Switch 2, if you have the Switch version, you can upgrade to the Switch 2 version. Doesn't say exactly what it is. I assume just higher frame rates and higher resolution.
Yeah, that was one game that I did not expect to get a Switch 2 update
here.
on, man. God dang it.
Same here. Human Fall Flat is also getting a Nintendo Switch 2 edition. That's coming out spring 2026. And it's also getting like some new levels as well as mouse controls and game share support. And Stardew Valley, which is weird, is not on here. But Stardew Valley is also getting a Switch 2 edition that is also getting mouse controls and co-op, which is kind of cool. So some cool. I think it's like 4-player co-op, if I remember correctly, right? For Stardew Valley?
4-player.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4-player. Ouch.
So I thought that was pretty cool. For having all those features there. Oh yes, it's right here. Yeah, split screen co-op support and up to 8-player online mode, which is pretty neat. So yeah, if you're a Stardew Valley fan, there you go. Which I know there's a lot out there. Monster Hunter Stories 3: Twisted Reflection.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah, I don't know why we needed to see this again. I thought they already announced it was March 13, 2026, or was I wrong?
That last run of third-party announcements was really weak at the end of that with Monster Hunter and Resident Evil, and there was like 2 other ones. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, come on.
But yeah, that's March 13, 2026. I'm excited for Monster Hunter Stories 3. I think it looks pretty cool. I like the art style that they're going with. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection.
I think it's just because they showed more gameplay. They announced it, but in this direct, they actually showed more gameplay.
That's
true.
true.
Like, swap your mounts and stuff like that.
That's true. They did. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection is getting the Switch edition as well. Comes out October 30th, digitally and physically December 12th. Dynasty Warriors Origins is coming to Switch 2 in January. I mean, if you like it, I've heard some good things about this game, but to me, it's still a Musou game. Fire Emblem and maybe Zelda is probably like the only Musou games I'll ever go back to, or Gundam. Dynasty Warriors Gundam was pretty cool. I liked it.
Yeah, those were fun. Yeah.
Yep. Suika Game Planet, which is like a sequel to a sequel game, which I've never played, but that is coming as well. Don't have a release date here, but it's coming. Just gotta trust my word. Storm Lancers, which I think was like the first game that they showed up, is also coming, which is kind of cool, I guess. I don't think I would get it, but it's pretty interesting. Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly remake is coming to Switch. I think it's Switch 1. They didn't say Switch 2 version, if I remember correctly. Power Wash Simulator 2 is also coming. So the sequel to Power Wash Simulator. Danganronpa 2x2 or 2x2, whatever it is also coming for Switch 2.
2x2.
2x2, yeah.
No,
something.
I don't know. I was just kidding. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
They said 2x2.
Yeah. Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah.
Which is basically like a remake of Danganronpa 2 that is coming to Switch and Switch 2 in 2026. Color Plays oh wait, I'm sorry. That's not the name of the game. Popucom, I think it was called. It looked like Splatoon. It was looking a little like Splatoon.
Yeah.
Looked pretty cool.
Literally looked like Splatoon.
Yeah, it looked pretty cool. Like if it's a cheap enough game, I might pick it up. But it's interesting. It's like puzzle fighting. It's like Bubble Bobble, but you're shooting like 3D objects. So yeah, that looks cool. That is, I don't have a release date here, so I can't really tell you. Linked Banner of the Spark is another game that was announced and I don't have a release date here as well, so I don't know when that's coming out. Didn't come. I don't have a release date. That was the one that looked like kind of Minecrafty, like it looked like very Minecraft or like uh what's it called?
Another farming
Dragon
sim.
Quest Builders. Yeah, another farming sim.
Yeah, wait, I'm so done with the farming sims.
That is coming to Switch November 5th. There is a demo that's available as well if you want to try that out. And then they show like the sizzle reel where they show EA Sports FC 26, Little Nightmares 3, Persona 3 Reload, which has a demo that came out today. So if you want to try it out on Switch too, you can play that.
I'm gonna try it.
Lego Voyagers, Disgaea 7 Complete. They showed Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake, Virtual Fighter 5 Rival World Stage, and 2 Point Museum. And that is it. So yeah, I probably that was one thing I remember before I started getting the podcast again. I was like, man, there's a demo that came out on the Switch too, and I can't remember what it was. Of course, Persona 3 Reloaded. I just want to try it out and see how it looks and runs on the Switch too.
Yeah.
Same here.
Grades, I would say C for this
C.
at most. If there was, me and Ash were talking about this, if there were Xenoblade upgrades for Switch 2
Don't
to make
remind
those
don't remind
60
me.
and oh man, then
Don't
I would
remind
bump this up to a C plus, B minus because I just feel like there's so much meat on the bone for Switch 2 upgrades for Switch games that they're just like either gonna be dropping at a crawl, like to a freaking direct, or if they're eventually going to just like randomly drop some tweets like extension players if Xenoblade 2 Chronicles or Xenoblade Chronicles 2 update has been added 60 frames per second in Nintendo Switch 2 like okay fine, but the fact that that wasn't there along with like Metroid Prime updates and all that crap like that was really disappointing. And we already spent a long time talking about Fire Emblem and how I feel about it, but there really wasn't anything here for me. Like the biggest pop for me was Mario Galaxy 2, I guess, and like a date for Metroid Prime 4. But other than that, this was definitely a James coded direct, and I know I imagine James, you're probably gonna be like a BB plus, I'd assume.
I'll keep my thoughts at the end. Ash and
Okay, fair
Fan,
enough.
I'll have you guys go.
I'll go first. So I am also a C, which at this point you already know why. I was really, 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 really hoping to see some Switch 2 edition announcements for Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, and 3, but they're not there.
Nope.
And like I'm like, man, this is 60 minutes, a 60-minute direct. We gotta have something about Xenoblade Chronicles, something, but no,
Never enough time for Xenoblade Chronicles.
nothing. It was empty, and like everything else was great. Like, don't get me wrong, which is why it's staying at a C. But I would have gave this possibly like maybe a C plus or a B minus if we had that
Me too.
announcement for the Switch 2 edition, whether it comes out today or it comes out a month from now or something.
Yep.
So like that was my bare minimum, man. That's all I wanted. like Jesus. And I'm also on the camp with Brian as well when it comes to like before we like dive deep into Switch 2 games, give majority of the Switch titles good Switch 2 updates. Do that. Like give people more of a reason on getting the Switch 2. For God's sakes. I still got Mario Brothers shit running at 30 FPS. like we're like this is stuff that should have been done by now, like so that's a whole another thing, man. But yeah, grade for me is a C. I just wish that the Xenoblade Chronicles Switch 2 editions were there as well, because at that point it would have got like either a C plus or a B minus from me. So
yep, you and I are completely simpatico on that.
Fan, take it away.
I mean, I said it in the Discord. It's probably C plus for me. A little not. It's because C is like average, so I'm saying it's a little bit better than average, but not enough to where it's above average. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because a B is above average, A is like superior. That's how they do those grades. So I would say it's above average, but not at the level of a B yet. So that's why I'm giving it like a C plus. Because there's enough stuff on there that was cool, interesting things that they kind of threw out of left field that I didn't think they would ever do. Like the whole Virtual Boy thing was Like no one was expecting that.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was actually funny.
All right, so it's my turn. So yeah, I was debating like this on my whole ride home today. I was debating like what am I really gonna give it? I'll admit in the morning I was like, man, this is A tier just because of Fire Emblem. Right a minute I saw Fire Emblem, like A. That's all I needed. Fire Emblem. That's it. But then I was like, all right, let me take a realistic approach and see really what we're getting at. And am I'm gonna go with a B. And it's
Hmm.
for a reason. I was gonna stick with A because a lot of what I wanted for Switch 2 was announced, right? And stuff that I was hoping for, like Dragon Quest 7, huge, huge. Fire Emblem, of course, huge. And then of course Resident Evil Requiem, huge, right? All stuff that I really wanted and was hoping for. But there's some stuff that I was kind of sad about, and that is, yes, we did get the announcement for Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil 7 Biohazard coming to Switch 2. But why is it coming out on the same day as Requiem? That makes no sense. That and going into this direct, I was hoping that a lot of this was just stuff that we're gonna get before the end of the year. Everything was 2026. I'm like, I would have rather you do this direct early next year than do this now, in my opinion, right? Because a lot of it's spring 2026, and there's a lot of games that are just 2026. And I wasn't a fan of seeing that pop up every single time. Well, not every, but like 80% of the time there, right? But like I said, there was a lot of stuff that I liked, which is why I was originally gonna give it 8. Like I was excited about all the Mario stuff. Like even though we talked about Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2 and its price point, I'm still excited that we're able to play them on the Switch 2. And then of course the update being announced is pretty awesome, which makes it a lot better. I do like the Yoshi game. I think it's pretty cool. The Super Mario Brothers Wonder, I'm curious about that one. But that was one I was kinda, like, bummed out, like, it's only multiplayer only, like, that's kinda lame, like, if they added single player content, then I would be more excited for it, but it's not. The Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC, I was like, I'm not feeling that one. Virtual Boy is cool. Like, I do wanna get it just to, like, play around with it. Not something that's, like, A tier, like, "Oh, man, this is amazing," but I do like it because it is something, like fans said, we weren't expecting. But I just think it's kinda cool. So, like, I wanna give them props for doing that because people didn't really think they were gonna do that. Like, why would Nintendo bring back the Virtual Boy? But they did. That's pretty awesome. So, yeah, Imma stick with B. I think it deserves a B. Like I said, Fire Emblem, um, what is it called again? I forgot the name of it. Uh,
Oh,
Weaving,
Fortune's
Fortune
Weave.
Fortune
Weave.
Weave.
Yeah.
Fortune
For
Weave. Yeah.
yeah, Fortune's Weave. Like, that pretty dope. I do like that we got a release date for Final Fantasy VII Remake, even though I don't like that it's next year, but it is nice. And then we also have confirmation after the direct that the whole trilogy is coming to Switch too. Yeah, and Dragon Quest 7. That game just looks sick. Like it looks amazingly good. So yeah, B.
Is that the one where you uh it it because
What?
I talked about this like a couple of times with you and then a couple of times with another person.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say this. This game, it won't it's gonna be RPG, but for the characters, it's gonna be a lifetime for them, right? Right?
What do you mean? Like I don't get what you're saying there.
So our journey with the game is gonna be
Mhm.
like 40 to 60 hours. But the characters themselves, we're gonna see their entire life,
Oh no, that's
essentially.
not this one. No, that is not.
Oh, it's not that one?
No,
Oh, that's Dragon Quest 5 then,
correct.
right?
That's Dragon Quest 5, which they were
Oh,
asked.
got it.
Yuji Horii was asked if Dragon Quest V will be getting a remake, and in that interview, he laughed and he says, "I keep hearing everybody ask for Dragon Quest V," and he says, "As of right now, we have nothing planned." He said, "But it is one that everybody keeps asking for." So there's hope because Dragon Quest V is, I think, peak RPG like of all time. Like it is probably one of still the best stories ever made in an RPG, and nobody has replicated that same feel because, like Ash said, you play through the character's whole life from a little kid to an adult, which is kind of cool. I can't think of any other game that's like that. Similar is Final Fantasy 16, where you're like young Clive, and then you have a time skip and then another time skip. So that's very similar, but not the same, because Clive doesn't get kids, where you get kids in this game. Yeah, no, 7 is time traveling, Chrono
Okay,
Trigger.
got it.
Yep, Chrono Trigger. So that is kind of cool. Actually, yeah, I shouldn't have said that. That's technically spoilers there.
That's fine.
It's
I'm
spoilers
not
in the
sweating it.
sense of like the first 15 hours you start realizing what it is. So 15 hours of 90 hours, because that game is long. It's a very long game. It's like a 90-hour long game. Yeah, but kind of cool, because there's different worlds you go to, technically speaking. So that's pretty awesome. But yeah, B for me. Yeah, and I don't know. I'm excited for the games to come in 2026. I just wish that all these announcements were for 2026. That's the only negative for me. As far as DLC goes, Fan, did you write down how many times I said DLC?
No, I lost
No.
track.
He doesn't have enough paper, James.
Yeah. There actually wasn't that much. Like, looking through it, I was like skimming through the page here. There wasn't that much DLC. Like, when you announce, or when you look at that, I think there was like a total of like 4, maybe. Right? And then that's if you're counting the Switch 2 upgrades, which I don't know if I would count Switch 2 Edition's DLC. That's just me, right? Like, would you count, like, if Horizon Zero Dawn, well, it was remastered, but like Horizon Zero Dawn was remastered and they added extra content, would you say that's DLC? Like, not really, no, because it's giving you more extra
No.
content. I'm trying to think of a
Well,
game that added, like, Integrated is not a good example, because technically that is DLC. Well, no, not technically, not, because that was a PS5 version, so they upgraded everything, but then they added Yuffie story. Would you consider that DLC?
yeah.
I guess.
Even though Integrated was only available on the PS5 version?
I mean, now it's
Well,
available.
Integrate
on
you could
all
buy
of
by
it.
itself, couldn't you?
No, you couldn't buy it on PS4 at all.
No,
No, I'm saying, like,
you
just in
couldn't
general, you
yeah.
could buy Integrate by itself, though.
Oh,
You didn't need to have 7 to buy it.
could you? I didn't know that.
I'm pretty
I don't think
sure.
so.
I thought
No?
you had to have 7 to buy it.
You have to have 7.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
sure.
okay. Never mind.
Yeah, because you had to buy, pay for like the upgrade, like the $10 to upgrade to 7.
I thought you could buy Integrate by itself. I'm gonna look it up
I
right
mean, you
now.
could be right. Yeah, I didn't think so. But yeah, like I wouldn't count Switch, in my opinion. Like, for me, I wouldn't count Switch 2 Editions DLC, because you are
Yes,
getting
you
more
can
than just
buy
DLC.
the FF7 Remake Integrate DLC, known as FF7R Intermission by itself as a separate purchase.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yep.
Well, you said
Okay.
plus intermission. Because the intermission is just a DLC. So the intermission is DLC
Yeah,
separate, or
yeah, that's. Oh, maybe I was mixing up Integrate and Intermission. I was talking about just the Yuffie story. Like, you can buy
Yeah.
that by itself and play it by itself.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
According to
'Cause
this, you can.
Because they're saying you can buy Intergrade plus the intermission, because that's both of them together. So type in, can you buy intermission?
Oh, it says you'll need to own the base PS5 Integrate game to access the DLC. Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Egg on my face, fine.
But I'm saying, like, would you consider that DLC?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
As opposed to what, a separate game?
Yeah, because like Integrate is, you're getting the improvements, right? So you're getting all the graphical and the performance improvements of Final Fantasy 7 Remake, but then they're also adding the Yuffie DLC. Right? It's like Kirby,
I mean,
Forgotten Lands.
yeah, no, it really is. Yeah, overall, I'd still consider it DLC. I'd consider it like a base game improvement with a DLC bonus. And that's
Okay.
what, like, Kirby is, and that's what Mario Wonder probably is going to be, I would say.
Okay, gotcha. So that'll be a fair take then. All right, cool. Was there any last mentions or anything you want to talk about before we end the podcast?
The thing that makes these directs really depressing is that, like, we probably won't get another one of these until at least March, and so, these are the
Yeah.
cards that were dealt.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it was
Mhm.
like an every other month thing, I would probably be higher on this, honestly, but just knowing that this is gonna be it for probably at least 6 months is just kinda sad to me.
I think There's always a direct
I
in
mean,
January,
this might be the
no?
only like.
Or February.
Would there be like another indie showcase or
Yeah,
They
maybe.
could.
third party? I mean,
I
this
don't
is
think
like the
third
only like
party.
Nintendo like main direct,
No, true.
like all their
I mean,
main
there's
stuff. But
technically we're getting a
might do
direct.
like
We got the Kirby Air
you
Riders
know,
direct coming.
yeah.
So there's
And there
that.
might, I mean, there might be another like indie world case
There might be a Metroid
or
Prime direct
showcase.
too.
So, yeah.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't think so
So who
because we got the
knows?
release date. But there might be like a small, not even a direct, but like a 10-minute drop of a deep dive into Samus's arsenal or whatever the case might be.
Right.
And then Shadow
Yeah.
Drop of Prime and Prime 3, Prime 2.
Oh,
thing.
please.
You just need to do it.
That'd make my day.
I mean, I
So-
have a Wii U and I have
I do
Metroid Prime
too,
Trilogy,
but yep,
but I
I don't
don't
want
want
to
to boot it
there.
up. I'd rather just
Nope.
play it on a modern console.
Nope.
I mean, I
Nope,
just
you're
would like
right.
them to pretty it up like they did with Metroid Prime. You're right, and just
Yeah.
do the same thing. Actually, make it better because now we got the Switch 2. Add ray tracing and all. No, they wouldn't do all that, but that would be
No,
cool.
Oh
just
no!
just release them. I don't need
It
them to do
would
that.
have been
Just
it
make
would
it
be
run
nice.
60, 1080p
Yep.
60, and then
Yep.
it'll be fine.
That's fine.
And,
Yep,
and have
100%.
and like if they can like take advantage of the mouse controls for Switch 2 if
Sure,
they can.
yeah. Because Prime is
I'm
gonna
not
have
even
it.
Yeah,
gonna go.
'cause-
I'm not gonna go that far. It's fine.
Make it Virtual Boy
I mean,
compatible.
Slow your roll.
I'm not
Roast
getting
it, slow
greedy.
maybe
your
for
roll, man.
Prime 3, because Prime 3 was all Wiimote
As
like
motion
stuff.
controller, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you could do the mouse mode stuff on
Just
that.
make it Virtual Boy compatible so I can put my
There you
Switch
go.
2 like that.
Let's end the podcast on that.
Exactly.
See why James not CEO for Nintendo yet? That's crazy.
I know, right? They should have hired me. Like, come on. Like, I
Yep.
think we'll be going in a great direction if I was.
It would
if I
be
was
you'd
CEO.
have a Fire Emblem direct every month.
Exactly. All Fire Emblem.
Honestly.
Yeah, people say, "Oh, you hate Fire Emblem." Well, guess what? Here's more Fire Emblem.
You'd have that. You'd have a Virtual Boy Fire Emblem edition.
Yeah, exactly. I would troll people with my announcements. You'll see a Fire Emblem game, and right after that, oh, our next game is, and then it cuts through, and it's another Fire Emblem game right after that.
Yep.
Like just back to back Fire
This
Emblem.
one's dedicated to Bryant.
Yep, exactly.
Monster Hunter Wilds.
Monster Hunter Wilds. Yeah.
Yep. Monster Hunter Wilds with Fire Emblem characters, or vice versa.
Monster
That'd
Hunter
be a
Wilds.
crossover that Bryant will love so much.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Oh, well, I appreciate everybody for joining us today. As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Follow over on Twitch. We will be back next week, of course, with more to talk about. Depending on what announcements we get, we might have some mini games to play next week. So definitely stay tuned for that. And then we also got to figure out like what we're gonna do for group stream and all that stuff going forward. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow over on Twitch. If you're listening to the audio version, hit that follow button as well so you can catch the latest episodes of the Random Encounter podcast. Brian, where can they catch you at?
I'm at red_so_deep on Twitter.
What about you, fan?
Catch me at Phaneckswhy on Twitter, Blue Sky, Twitch, YouTube.
What about you, Ash?
You can catch me at Astro on YouTube.
And as always, you can catch me right here at the Random Encounter. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.